Pittsburgh's Sidney Crosby has a Stanley Cup on his resume, but his team is on the ropes on night 10 of the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Every game thus far in this series has been a one-goal game. They've all been close.
Urgency and desperation came in equal measures in Game 4.
Given across for Lovejoy. Score!
Oh, baby. What a great start for Pittsburgh.
But New York clawed its way back to even the game. And in the final minute of regulation, the Rangers received some timely veteran poise.
Lundqvist trying to get back in. Saving by Lundqvist.
Clean out of the crease by Girardi. And then in overtime, a rookie broke through.
Send it across, ricochet off his skate. Backhander. Score!
Score! Rangers win! 2-1 the score in the game. 3-1 the series lead. Now, close out for one. Survival for the other. Game 5 is next.
What a goal! It's by one score!
Welcome to the 2015 Stanley Cup playoffs, presented by Geico. Tonight from Madison Square Garden in New York, it is game number 5 of this Eastern Conference first round series as the Pittsburgh Penguins take on the New York Rangers. Hi everybody, welcome to the Stanley Cup playoffs in Madison Square Garden. I'm Gord Miller. Tonight the Pittsburgh Penguins will try to do what Nashville, Vancouver, and Ottawa have already done in these playoffs. Win a game when facing elimination. This is unfamiliar ground for the Pittsburgh Penguins. A loss tonight would see their earliest elimination from the postseason in 8 years. Inside the glass for us tonight is Pierre McGuire. And Pierre, in 9 consecutive years in the playoffs, Pittsburgh has always been able to count on offense, but suddenly the Penguins can't score. How do they change it?
They've got to get people in front of Henrik Lundqvist. They've got to grind. They've got to push. They've got to really attack the New York Ranger defense. Easier said than done, but they need their role players to push back like Maxime Lapierre, like Blake Como does right there in game number 1. Slot area presence, board battles in front of Lundqvist, pushing, really trying to prod the Ranger defense, attacking on the forecheck like Kunis does right there, getting people in net like Hornquist does right there. You've got to make sure you get bodies to the net, Gord, and that's going to be a major point of reference for the Pittsburgh Penguins here in Game 5.
But as you said, easier said than done against what might be the best group of 6 defensemen in the league.
Well, back in the 70s, the Montreal Canadiens had the big 3 with Guy Lapointe, Serge Savard, and Larry Robinson. The Rangers have the big 3 too with Ryan McDonough, Dan Girardi, and Mark Stahl. They're towers of power, all 3. They can play over 25 minutes each. They can block shots fearlessly. They can move the puck. And you look at Mark Stahl in the series he's had. Great hand-eye coordination, batting pucks out of the air, transitioning and coming back, defending against Sidney Crosby. The Ranger defense is overwhelming because of the 3 guys that logged the biggest minutes. Stahl, Girardi, and McDonough. Harder for the Penguins to attack because those guys are ready to rock.
Last year, the Rangers came back from 3-1 down and knocked the Penguins out in the second round of the playoff. This year, the Penguins would like to return the favor. It's game number 5 coming up, and we'll hear from New York defenseman Mark Stahl when our coverage continues from New York after this. The Stanley Cup playoffs on NBC are brought to you by Beardathon. Draw one for the team, presented by Just for Men. By Honda, official vehicle of the National Hockey League. And by Michelin, a better way forward. Welcome back to Madison Square Garden as the Rangers take the ice, looking to become the second team in these playoffs to advance to the second round. Years ago, Mark Stahl was a first-round pick of the Rangers, now a cornerstone of their defense. He's standing by with Pierre McGuire.
Thanks very much, Gord. Everybody talks about the first 10 minutes of a game, especially a deciding game. What do you want to establish in the first 10 minutes?
Yeah, obviously we want to be better than we were last game. I think we got to be smart with the puck and get on our forecheck. I think when we're doing that, we're tough to handle.
Get out there and have a blast tonight in Game 5, Mark.
All right, thank you.
It's either closing time or on to Pittsburgh for game number 6. What does the script have in store for us tonight?
You've been fighting for it all your life. TSN welcomes you to the following presentation of the Stanley Cup Playoffs.
Welcome back to Madison Square Garden. Here are tonight's starting goaltenders, brought to you by Honda. And for the Pittsburgh Penguins, it's Marc-Andre Fleury. He's allowed only 2 goals against in each of the Penguins' 3 losses. He led the NHL with 10 shutouts in the regular season. Henrik Lundqvist of the Rangers has allowed only 1 goal against in each of his team's 3 wins in this series. He's the Rangers' all-time leader in games played. And a milestone night tonight for Sidney Crosby as he plays his 100th career playoff game. The Crosby and the Penguins trying to avoid elimination in 5 games in the first round for the first time since 2007, when they were knocked out by the Ottawa Senators.
Gord, you think about over the course of those 100 games, 117 points. The numbers speak for themselves. He's elevated a lot of key times in his career, especially in the playoffs.
No lineup changes for either team. The Rangers are the only one of the 16 teams in the postseason that have not made a lineup change so far in the playoffs. Derek Brassard, who has been a Penguin killer the last couple of years, faces off against Crosby, and we're underway on this Friday night at Madison Square Garden. Dan Girardi goes back. Chris Kunitz steps into him. Kunitz plays it back. Paul Martin comes out across to Ben Lovejoy with a long shot. Henrik Lundqvist walks out of it easily. Kunitz with a drive. And that goes over the glass and out 15 seconds into the period.
And that's the way the Pittsburgh Penguins have to play. Hard on the forward check, get the puck, get a chance, put it on goal. Don't hesitate, don't overpass. Simple message from Mike Johnston and his staff. Win races, win board battles, get pucks on goal. It's not complicated.
No Chris Letang, no Olli Mata, no Christian Ehrhoff. On the Pittsburgh defense, at one point the Penguins only had 5 healthy defensemen they could play late in the regular season. They were the last team to qualify for the Stanley Cup playoffs. They did it on the closing night of the regular season. That plays offside at the Ranger line.
Well, here's a little line change for you, Gord. Evgeny Malkin playing left wing with Brandon Sutter and also Blake Como. So no center ice play for Malkin. Won't have to do as much heavy lifting in his own zone in terms of defensive zone coverage.
By his own admission, Malkin 80 to 90%, not saying what's wrong with him. He has no points in his last 9 games, no goals in his last 14 back to the regular season.
And what's even more scary, only 1 shot in the last 2 games.
Here's Stahl with it. Up ahead for J.T. Miller, who plays that down to the Penguin zone as Ian Cole goes back for him. He's shadowed there by Derek Stepan. Here's Malkin with it. The now hulking left winger drops it back for Rob Scuderi. Ian Cole looks ahead. And back to scoop it up. Here's Stahl for the Rangers. Looks ahead for Carl Hagelin. Hagelin had that knocked away. And here's Brian Dumoulin with it. Dumoulin flips that ahead for David Perron. That's gloved down by Kevin Hayes. Now played in by Daniel Winnick, who centers the 3rd line now for the Penguins. Lundqvist rattles that around. Winnick sealed the wall for the Penguins. Plays it down to Perron. David Perron with 1 assist so far in the series. Now the bank pass goes ahead to Hagelin, taken down by Dumoulin. No penalty coming to the Penguins, who have been shorthanded 17 times in the first 4 games of this series.
The Rangers haven't made them pay either. They've only had 2 power play goals the whole series, and 1 was in game 1 and 1 was in game 2.
Tanner Glass taken down by Lovejoy. And a battle ensues in the corner as Martin picks it up for Pittsburgh. Snaps that pass ahead and finds Scott Wilson on Wilson's 22nd birthday. Through to the lineup for game number 3 in Pittsburgh. Now a shot fired by Lapierre, knocked away by Lundqvist. The wraparound try, and Spaulding had that knocked away. Now Martin back at the point for Lovejoy. Lovejoy plays it around. Lapierre knocks the puck down to the corner, spins and shoots, and Lundqvist knocks the puck away. In the corner, deep down, he steps into his man. Now Lapierre and Stahl, and they jousted behind the goal. There's Dan Boyle, slides it across for New York. Jesper Fast did across the line for the Rangers. 4th line up for New York, and Fast with a shot that was high off the glass. Jumping in is Girardi. He bowls over Crosby. And now Crosby gathers up the loose puck in front of his own goal. He's got Girardi all over him, and Crosby skates away. Lifts that down to the Rangers zone, but that's an icing call against the Penguins. 2.5 minutes into the opening period.
Now Carl Hagelin tried to get something going in the neutral zone. Marty St. Louis on an indirect pass. It's 2 ships colliding in the night, Hagelin and Brian Dumoulin. Dumoulin and Chorney, by the way, Gord, they've had a spectacular series for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Neither man has been on the ice for a goal against. I mean, fantastic play from Dumoulin out of Boston College and Chorney out of University of North Dakota.
Both of them spent much of the season in the American Hockey League. Injury replacements late in the year for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Now the draw, one back to McDonough. Ryan McDonough, the captain for Rick Nash with a long shot. And Marc-Andre Fleury able to glove that.
And it speaks to the importance of American Hockey League development. And the Pittsburgh Penguins have one of the better coaches in the American Hockey League in John Hines and a fantastic assistant in Alain Nasreddine. And Nasreddine's done really good work with the young defenseman down in Wilkes-Barre.
Now Brassard for the face-off against Crosby. Rangers had only 2 shots on goal in the first period of Game 4 and got a tongue lashing from their coach for it. That long shot from Zuccarello equals that total here in the first period tonight. And some of the Rangers saying, Pierre, that that's as angry as they've seen Vigneault in his 2 years here in New York.
Oh, there's no question about that, but the message got through. Their pace got better, and that's a set face-off play. McDonough takes it around the boards, and you see where Zuccarello goes. He fills in for McDonough. But Alain Vigneault's known for being even-keeled. He wasn't after the first period the other night.
The keel was tilting noticeably in Game 4, and the results paid off for the Rangers, rather, as the Penguins are offside the New York line. As Crosby gets called, and Sidney Crosby, 43 goals in those 99 career playoff games, just 3 in his last 22.
Pretty deliberate start. And this reminds me a lot of the second and third period the other night between the Pittsburgh and the Rangers. There was a lot of icings, a lot of offsides. It's just the Penguins changing their style. They don't want the Rangers' speed to get engaged.
Last year, the Rangers came back from 3-1 down to win in the second round. The Penguins overhauled their roster, or their front office, rather, fired GM Ray Shero and their head coach Dan Bilesma. And Mike Johnson in his first year behind the bench after 6 years with the Portland Winterhawks of the Western Hockey League.
Lord, we talked about engaging speed. Dan Boyle, this is set play. They're trying to create a foot race situation, but it's an icing, and this is what we saw a lot of the other day. The Penguins have done a great job taking the Rangers' speed out of it.
7 stoppages in the first 3 minutes of this game. Blake Cobo plays it around for Cole. Takes a hard bump there from Kreider. Now the centering pass knocked down by Stepan, and quickly the Rangers are away. JT Miller to Chris Kreider, walks in and shoots. And Fleury got just a piece of that and knocked it wide.
That's a tough pinch by Ian Cole. You've got to make sure a forward's back in that situation.
Now Stahl wraps it around, finds Miller again, and here comes this quick line again. Kreider in across the line with Stepan, the drop pass. Missed Dan Boyle. Back come the Penguins. Blake Cobo got bottled up there by Stahl. We talked about them at the top of the show, Pierre. Is this the best group of 6 defensemen in the National Hockey League?
Well, there are a couple other teams that would say the same thing, but they're right up there with the upper echelon talking about the Rangers. And wait, they're going to get Kevin Klein back at some point, too.
Klein recovering from a broken arm is close, but not quite ready to go tonight. Hagelin through the middle for Martin St. Louis. That's knocked away by Taylor Chorney.
What a great gap by Chorney and Dumoulin, giving the Rangers speedy forwards nothing at all.
4 gone in the scoreless first period. Hagelin works in. In comes Carl Hagelin, centers it. And Nick Spaulding brought down Martin St. Louis, and the first power play of the game will go to the New York Rangers. 4 minutes and 11 seconds into period number 1.
Now the speed through the neutral zone. Again, if you open up a little bit too much, if you're Pittsburgh, you're going to be in trouble. So you see how much open ice there is for Hagelin to go to work against Spaulding and Chorney. And there's the hook on St. Louis as he drives to the net. That's a real nice piece of neutral zone transition by the New York Rangers. And Spaulding, there are not a lot of good penalties scored. I think that's a good penalty right there by Nick Spaulding, because St. Louis would have been all alone.
This power play brought to you by Miller Lite. The Penguins have killed off the last 6 New York Ranger power plays in the series. Dan Boyle is back in along with St. Louis. Derek Brassard plays it back. Here's Boyle with a long shot. Hit Fleury, lose it, but they score! Derek Stepan on the rebound, and the Rangers have the lead.
Alain Vigneault talked about it in the second period of Game 4. We need to recover pucks, we need to make better decisions, and we need to shoot the puck on goal a lot quicker. Puck recovery, quicker decisions, move the puck, don't waste any time, shoot it on goal. Deflection opportunity, and there you see Derek Stepan all alone. But that's all decision making, puck movement, and don't waste time. Get it on goal. Stepan's there to capitalize.
12 seconds into that New York Ranger power play. Rangers have the 1-0 lead on Stepan's second of the series. He also scored in game number 2. That's the first power play goal in 3 games in this series. The teams were combined 0 for 10 in Pittsburgh. So the Rangers with the early lead. And now Pittsburgh trying to battle back in this game and in this series. Hornquist flips it ahead. Patrick Hornquist is the only Penguin who scored in Pittsburgh. He had single goals in games 3 and game 4. Scuderi plays it around for Hornquist. Now Nash looks ahead. In comes Brassard, drops it back. Hornquist picked it up. Zuccarello back to McDonough. For Girardi through the middle of Nash. Nash plays it back. Oh, stopped by Fleury of Zuccarello. Now Zuccarello back with it. Feeds it back to McDonough. It's all Rangers now as McDonough works across the top. Drops it down to Girardi. His centering pass missed Zuccarello. Shots are 5-2 New York. Loose in the corner. Girardi sends it. Nash tapped it wide. And we've got a holding call, interference rather, coming against the New York Rangers.
Derek Brassard's going to get it. He interfered with Ian Cole. The Rangers had it going on, but this thing's 1-0 only because of Marc-Andre Fleury. What an opportunity for Matt Zuccarello. Rick Nash is going to see him wide open on the back door. Wow. Quickness and athleticism from Marc-Andre Fleury. What a save.
And Marc-Andre Fleury, after that, stopped getting some equipment attention on the Pittsburgh bench. There's a penalty to Brassard. So the Penguins, who are 2 for 10 in the series on the power play, get an important chance here on a power play. That comes with 5:12 gone in the first period.
And people are going to say, how come Crosby and Malkin aren't starting? Well, Crosby was just on the ice, and he was getting worn out in that in-zone coverage situation.
This power play brought to you by Miller Lite. And the face-off is won by the Rangers' Dominic Moore and fired down the ice. Moore, the Rangers' best face-off man of the regular season, has struggled somewhat in the playoffs, but a big win there. Taylor Chorney up ahead to Perron. David Perron drops it back. There's Chorney with a shot that goes high and wide. Up the other side for Ian Cole. And now Cole has that knocked away, and Moore with it short-handed. And Moore got held up for a moment. In on Chorney. Moore spins back, and Brandon Sutter launches himself into him.
What a valuable player.
And now Chorney picks his way ahead. That's pounded midair by McDonough, and the Penguins can't enter the zone. Al Malkin swings it rink wide to Crosby. Sidney Crosby works his way in, drops it back at the point for Martin. Top power play on the line now for the Penguins. And now Malkin got tied up, and away comes Stepan, and Malkin reached back to keep it alive. In comes Perron, centers it, Malkin loose in front of backhand shot, turned away by Lundqvist. Maybe Malkin's best chance of the series so far.
David Perron just cross-checked Rick Nash behind the play. Nash showed good discipline, not retaliating.
Now Martin makes an extra move at the line, and the play is offside.
The Rangers had numbers going the other way, and Evgeny Malkin made a great play to strip Rick Nash of the puck. Watch Rick Nash, he's going to get going here, and then it's a real good play by Malkin. And then Perron over to Malkin, slick move, and Henrik Lundqvist fights him off.
So Malkin and Crosby together on this Pittsburgh power play that has 40 seconds to go. And Moore once again steps in for the Rangers. Rangers with the best regular season record in the league for the first time since 1994 when they completed the double going on to win the Stanley Cup. Now Hagelin on it. And it's poked up by Crosby. He finds Kunitz as Hornquist comes jumping in. Hagelin drops it back. Girardi played it high off the glass, knocked down by Kunitz. 15 seconds to go on the power play. Crosby centers it. That pass picked off by Moore. And Dominic Moore just fires it down in the Pittsburgh zone. Martin goes back, being shadowed there by Glass. And Brassard is up. And steps back on the ice. One shot on goal for Pittsburgh on that power play from Malkin. Now Lapierre loose behind the New York goal. Being tied up there by Brassard. Jesper Fast got bumped there by Wilson. And Scuderi battles for the line, couldn't hold it. Ben Lovejoy, reacquired by the Penguins this year from the Anaheim Ducks. In exchange for defenseman Simone Dupre. Now losing the corner. Scuderi steps up, being backed up by Wilson with a shot that's blocked by Stahl.
That's the problem. You can't get pucks through against this defense. Really difficult.
Rangers, the number 3 defensive team in the league this year. Also, number 3 in goals for. The only team in the league to finish top 3 in both categories. Scuderi pokes it out. And a battle ensues in the corner. Downey steps in. A long drive taken there by Zuccarello. Swung away by Fleury. Loose again along the wall as Stepan battled for it. Wilson can't clear it out. Yandel kept it alive. Finally, Downey looks ahead and finds Winnick. Daniel Winnick without a point so far in this series. A minus player in every game, -6 total. In comes Winnick across the line. Moves in, a little soft shot, gloved by Lundqvist. And he'll hang on. Derek Stepan has the power play goal for the New York Rangers. 1-0 they lead in the first period. You're watching the 2015 Stanley Cup Playoffs presented by Geico. Here's what's coming up next on NBCSN. Game 5 between the Minnesota Wild and St. Louis Blues. That series tied at 2 tomorrow. On NBC at 3, the Washington Capitals and New York Islanders. Game 6 with Washington up 3-2. On NBCSN at 6, Game 5, Detroit and Tampa tied at 2. At 8 on NBC, Game 6 between the Predators and Blackhawks with the Hawks up 3-2 in that series. Download the app or watch live online at NBCSports.com/live extra. So much great action coming up, and so many teams so far have fought off elimination. Nashville did it last night at home against Chicago to force Game 6. Pecorini, their goaltender, today named one of the finalists for the Vezina Trophy as NHL's top goaltender. Carey Price, another finalist, and the third, Devin Dubnyk of the Minnesota Wild. That might have surprised some people if you've said at the start of the year he'd be in that top 3. Now Hazen across the line. Kevin Hayes with it. The overtime hero of game number 4 finds Adacroft. And now Malkin back the other way with Sutter. As Brandon Sutter works in. Takes a long shot. Lundqvist makes the stop and hangs on with Malkin looking for the loose puck.
That's a nice job by Taylor Chorney jumping in to try to create that odd man rush that you're alluding to, Gord. And part of the problem when you're playing against Henrik Lundqvist, especially in these kinds of games, he just focuses in so hard and so well, and there's no second chance for Chorney, who jumped in the rush wisely. Good job by Malkin distributing the puck. Chorney jumps in, and again, Henrik Lundqvist, when he's plugged in like he is, it's tough to beat him with the first shot and even the second shot because there's not a lot of rebounds.
Clean face-off win by Brassard. Crosby knocks the puck down, but now Brassard has it back. Along with Zuccarello and Nash. In comes Zuccarello, shoots over the shoulder of Fleury, but high.
Not by much. Wow, that was close.
Now Girardi back with it. Back goes Scuderi. The scary part of this Ranger defense, Pierre, is it's under contract for quite a while. These guys aren't going anywhere.
They're not going anywhere.
Great news in the Eastern Conference. You got Girardi, Stahl, and McDonough to deal with for the next decade or so. Perron works his way in. And Girardi just gives him no ground. Now Perron back on it, plays it back for Martin. Across he goes to Lovejoy. Waits and shoots. It's off a stick. And that stick of Matt Zuccarello compromised as he tries to clear the puck. It snaps in half. Lovejoy for Perron. High in the air he goes over the head of Winnick. And now Winnick back on it. Leaves it down for Spaulding. And Nick Spaulding works his way back in. Poke check by Girardi. Held in line by Martin for Lovejoy. Now Perron loose down low. Spins away from McDonough. Taps it down to Winnick. Back at the point is Martin to keep it alive. Has a look along wrist shot. Tipped right on. Lundqvist makes the save. It got partway through his pads, then trickled wide. Past the midway point of the opening period. Rangers leading 1-0. Dominic Moore plays it across for Fox. Jesper Fast got bucked up. And now the puck loose at center ice. Lovejoy fires it in. And both teams will change as Lundqvist is back to play it for Yandel. Matt Hunwick back with it. Cross he goes to Keith Yandel. And Hunwick swings it wide the other way. Picked off by Steve Downey and his pocket picked by Hunwick. And back goes Chorney to pick it up. Downey had to bounce away. In comes Derek Stepan. Stepan waits and shoots. Gloved by Fleury. And he'll hang on. Henrik Lundqvist made the save by that much. We're back after this.
Well, the other night you were talking positively about the power play. What worked?
Oh, shot the puck and we're able to put the rebound in. So it was a good start for us.
Are you happy with the pace of your team so far? Because I know you want to be a quick team.
Well, you know, it's tight chicken series. Every game's been very tight. There's not a lot of room, and you just got to stick with the process.
I saw that last.
Thanks, Pierre.
Rangers have won 10 of the 14 faceoffs so far in this game as Miller steps in against Brandon Sutter. Shots are 7-5 New York. By our count, the Rangers didn't have a scoring chance until there were 3 minutes left in the second period of Game 4. Boyle up ahead for Kreider, who got crunched there by Martin. And back is Lovejoy with the bump from Stepan. Now Malkin tied up. And his centering pass knocked down by Stepan. Whenever the Penguins playoff season is over, it'll be interesting to find out just what was wrong with Evgeny Malkin, because he doesn't look like himself.
Well, I think a lot of people that have watched it for a long time would agree with you.
In comes Stepan back with it, drops it back for Miller as the Rangers are changing in that pass back of the line. It was too quick for Mark Stahl coming off the bench. Now Stahl, head for Miller. In comes J.T. Miller, peeling back with Hagelin. At the line is Stahl. Plays it back down low to Hagelin. And Hagelin had that pass for Hayes picked off by Crosby, who finds Como. Blake Como lifts that down in the Ranger zone as Ian Cole, the defenseman, is the first man in. He collides with Stahl. Now picked off by Kunitz. Plays it down low to Crosby. Banks it back for Scuderi. Rob Scuderi with a shot tipped in front. Lundqvist tips it away. And now Cole back with it. Ian Cole trying to play it back for Kunitz. He's tied up. And now Hornqvist steps up looking for Crosby. Sidney Crosby fights off Stahl, feeds it back to Cole. Long wrist shot that goes away wide. Hornqvist reaching for it, tips it back in front, and Hayes plays that away. Now Scuderi plays it down to Kunitz for Crosby with a drive. That was blocked by Girardi. And Dan Girardi goes back to the bench after once again turning in a solid chip. In comes Hornqvist with it now, shoots, and Lundqvist swats that away. Once you get through that defense, you face one of the top goaltenders in the world.
Well, that's great effort by the Pittsburgh Penguins right there. That's what they want to accomplish.
Now McDonough with a long shot, gloved by Fleury. Liam's got a game break for us.
Short thanks. North of the border, Senators hoping to avoid elimination, down 3-1 to the Canadiens. Sweet relief for Bobby Ryan. He snaps a career-worst 16-game goal drought. It's 1-0 over on CNBC.
Well, we saw last night in the Tampa-Detroit game that just when you think it's going to go one way, it can go the other. And Ottawa keep that going. We saw a late season surge from the Senators, maybe a late series surge coming here.
This is a hard league, Gord.
Yes, it is. And a very close league.
Hard
The
league.
16 playoff teams this year separated by 16 points. That's a win roughly every 5 weeks of the schedule. Both the President's Trophy winners for the last season of the Stanley Cup winner did not make the playoffs this year. Well, the Premier League continues on NBCSN. Sunday at 10:30 Eastern, it's a London derby as the league's top 2 teams meet in a bitter rivalry. Arsenal host Chelsea. Weekend coverage begins tomorrow morning at 7 Eastern as Southampton host Spurs. 7:17 to go here in the opening period. The shots are 7-6 Rangers. Zuccarello got tied up there by LaPierre. And we've got at least one penalty coming, a holding call. And it's going against New York.
Is it? Wow.
Oh, they had the puck.
I think Winnick's getting it. Daniel Winnick's getting the hold.
You're right. No, Winnick is going to go off. So the Rangers are back on the power play.
Right there.
Yeah.
That's a hold.
Rangers scored 12 seconds into their last power play. And Brassard wins that faceoff. Has a look for Boyle. Dan Boyle with Martin St. Louis working the back end of the power play. Here's Brassard now moving back for Boyle. Dan Boyle across to Brassard. Plays it rink wide for St. Louis. Martin St. Louis in. Plays it down to Kreider. Kreider walks in. Spins away from Spaulding. Back to Boyle. A long line of Penguins in the way. Now Brassard walks in. Slots it right in front. St. Louis taps it back. Brassard to Boyle. Across to Kreider. His rink wide pass for Stepan goes off his skate. And back goes Boyle to pick it up. the Rangers, the third best goal-scoring team in the league in the regular season, were 21st on the power play. Stepan takes the return pass from Brassard. In comes Stepan with it. Being shadowed there by Lovejoy. Now Stepan back. Has a look down to Kreider. Kreider loose down low. Backdoor pass there for Boyle, who snuck in. Boyle to St. Louis. Back to Boyle. And Boyle has a look. Tip right off by St. Louis. Fleury makes two stops. Rebound trickles away. Lovejoy back on it. Bangs it off the boards and down the ice. Under a minute to go now in the Winnick penalty.
Boy, Marc-Andre Fleury's been awesome in this series for Pittsburgh. Really, really special, Gord.
Under 6 to go in the opening period. In comes Zuccarello along with Nash. Nash Zuccarello with Hayes post up in the high slot. McDonough. Back to Yandel. Keith Yandel works it back. Here's McDonough now. Plays it across and a try from Zuccarello. And Fleury makes the stop up high. And there's no rebound.
Well, the Rangers want to move the puck on the power play, and they want to move it quickly. So you're seeing a better example of what they want to accomplish on the power play in terms of quick puck movement and trying to open up shooting avenues and lanes. It's just a mishandle right there in the slot. But Marc-Andre Fleury, 1 save, 2 saves, 3 saves. He's been all over that crease for the Pittsburgh Penguins. And finally a one-timer from Zuccarello. No rebound at all for Rick Nash. I mean, he's really been a story in this series.
Nash, by the way, leads all point getters in the series through 4 games with 4. And now Miller jousting with Lapierre on the faceoff, and Lapierre wins it cleanly. Cole sends it back down the ice. 3 shots on goal for the Rangers so far in this power play. And there's 15 seconds left to go. McDonough snaps it rink wide for Miller. In comes JT Miller. And he tried to pull that around Cole. Cole picks it off. Puts it over to McDonough and back down the ice.
Not sure that play would endear him to the coach.
Hard pass for Zuccarello as Winnick steps up for Pittsburgh. In comes Zuccarello. Spins back. To the point he goes for Boyle. Has a look and shoots. Tip right off. Oh, stop by Fleury on the high deflection by Miller. And Chorney falls in the corner. Got tangled up and plays it there for Winnick. His clearing attempt knocked down by Miller. Centers it. In comes Hagelin. A shot is high and wide. Hagelin back on it. Furious pressure again by the Rangers. Back at the point of McDonough. Walks in, winds and fires with a leg in front. And Winnick trying to lift it out again, gets bottled up.
Zuccarello's hurt. He's coming off laboring.
That shot hit him up high. Zuccarello just now getting to the Ranger bench.
Right in the mouth.
Now Boyle brings it back and fires it down. 11-6. The shot's now in favor of New York. Dumoulin lost the puck to St. Louis. In for Glass. Drops it back to Stahl. Long shot. That was blocked by Cole. Here's Stahl back with it. Fires it back down to Hayes. Chops it back in front for Glass. That's knocked away. Crosby's away with Kunis. In comes Crosby across the line for Kunis. He was poke checked. And now St. Louis flips it, but it goes into the New York bench. 3:58 remaining here in the first period. Sidney Crosby, the Penguins, facing elimination.
It's been Marc-Andre Fleury's night of goal. Dan Boyle's going to tee it up. JT Miller's got a stick presented. Great tip opportunity. Marc-Andre Fleury fights that one off. And then later on, Ryan McDonough tees it up, and he gets his teammate. That's Zuccarello right in the side of the face.
So Zuccarello's gone to the Ranger dressing room for repairs. And New York for now with 11 forwards. Under 4 to go in the opening period. Cole up ahead for Hornquist.
Jesper Fast playing right now with Brassard and Nash. Usually that's Zuccarello.
Gary's pass bounces up to center ice. Moved up by McDonough. Fast takes a whack at it. He and Hornquist collide. And Patrick Hornquist keeps digging. Foslow took it away from him and flips it down to the Pittsburgh zone. Back where's Cole. Jesper Fast is that and more from the top skaters in the New York Rangers. They got a few guys who can fly. Cole around for Hornquist. Now Lapierre drops it back to Cole. 11-6, the shots on goal in favor of New York. Now poked ahead by Kreider. Miller had it bouncing behind him. Stepan holds the line. Derek Stepan's pass picked off by Scuderi. Can't clear it out. And the bouncing puck goes back in front. And this time Scuderi does get it back to center ice.
Both benches are talking about the bouncing puck.
Lovejoy. Brings it around, knocked down by Miller. Centers it, that pass bounced away from Kreider. Hunwick holds the line for New York. For Stepan, down low to Miller. He skates by the puck and Lovejoy has it. And Lovejoy quickly ahead for Wilson. Trying to chip that in behind Yandel, but Yandel knocked it down. He finds Miller for Glass. A long shot by Tanner Glass. Gloved by Fleury, holds it long enough to get a whistle with 2:31 to go in the first period. We want to see the Stanley Cup playoffs from your perspective, whether you're at the game, at the bar, or at home. Share your experiences with the hashtag #MyPlayoffsMoment. In our case, Pierre, it's been at the airport.
It's been an amazing playoff for these teams and the fans in the league.
All 4 games in this series so far have been 1-goal affairs. Chicago and Nashville have had more than an hour of overtime in their series. Crazy comeback last night between Tampa and Detroit. And the best is yet to come. And across the line comes Hayes. And that's called offside. You see Kevin Hayes, who became the first Ranger to score his first career playoff goal in overtime since Don Murdoch did it back in 1978.
Well, Hayes was not having a great series, but boy, did he elevate in game number 4. He really had a solid game in game 4.
13 of the 17 playoff games in the Eastern Conference draw have been decided by a single goal. Now Martin finds Malkin. Ahead to Sutter. Brandon Sutter works in. That was knocked down. Lovejoy flips it back in, but the Penguins will have to tag up. And that gives Hayes some time. St. Louis. Up ahead for Boyle. Boyle got crunched there as the pass goes in front of Hayes. He tipped it wide. And now Malkin on it. Evgeny Malkin steps around Hagelin. Now Malkin with a head of steam in across the line. Drops it back for Sutter. Brandon Sutter trying to look back. He finds Dumoulin. A long wrist shot goes off the inboards and wide. And now St. Louis with it. Being watched there by Como. Chips it ahead. And swatted down the ice by Hayes, but Chorney picked it up. The linesman got in the way as well.
He didn't mean to. It's David Brisebois. He tried to get out of the way.
Now Perron fires it in. 90 seconds to go in the first period. Lundqvist high off the glass. Glass trying to chop it out. Foss back on it. And the puck loose to Dominic Moreau. Chips it ahead. Back goes Chorney. Cross for Dumoulin. He finds Winnick being shadowed there by Glass. And now Yandel gathers it back up at center ice. Lost it for a moment. And it's moved in by Smollett. Hunwick. Up there by Perron. And now Moore backhands it down to Fleury up and playing it quickly for Cole as the Rangers are changing. Ian Cole, a first-round pick of the St. Louis Blues. Played that for Scuderi. He got knocked down. It's going to be a penalty coming to the New York Rangers. And it'll be Derek Brassard who goes off. So Fleury makes his way to the bench for the extra attacker, and Kunitz works his way ahead slowly. 25 seconds to go. Kunitz has a look back as Martin steps on. And now Kunitz across to Malkin. Evgeny Malkin in across the line. Drops it back for Crosby. Crosby trying to swing that rink wide, and as Brassard touches up, the hooking call will come, and he will go off.
Stick into the hip, and he hauls Rob Scuderi down. Not the kind of thing you want to see in this situation. The stick's going to come up in the air right there, and there's the hook. Just keep it on the ice and play through the player.
Penguins on a shot the last 7 minutes of this game as Brassard goes off. The shots are 12-6 in favor of New York, but here's a Penguin power play with 15 seconds to go in the period. Again, the face-off won by New York. Here's Girardi on it. And Girardi fires it down, and that's going to take us to the intermission as the Penguins will have 1 minute and 45 seconds to carry over power play time to start the second period. Malkin fires it down. The Rangers with the lead on the goal by Derek Stepan on the power play. But Pittsburgh will have the power play when the second period begins. Stay tuned for the Lexus Intermission Report with Liam, JR, and Keith. While the Rangers push the pace a lot more than they did in Game 4. And can the Senators stave off elimination again? That's all coming up on the Lexus Intermission Report. You're watching the 2015 Stanley Cup Playoffs, presented by Geico. The Stanley Cup playoffs on NBC are brought to you by Lexus and their pursuit of perfection. By Duluth Trading Buck Naked Underwear. No pinch, no stink, no sweat. And by Miller Lite, the original light Pilsner. Cheers, it's Miller time. Back in New York, 1-0 the Rangers lead after 20 minutes of play. Let's go inside the glass, presented by Toyota with Pierre Maguire.
Thanks a lot, Gordon. Every man on the roster matters. And in this case, Dominic Moore, their fourth line center, he's a face-off maven, using his feet in that situation. Neutral zone on his backhand there. Watch this one against Crosby. Just outquicks him. And finally on his strong side, using his forehand on a shorthand situation, so Martin Stahl can clear the zone. Dominic Moore has found an unbelievable role here with the New York Rangers, and Alain Vigneault knows how valuable he is.
He was 4-0 on draws in the opening period, and Derek Brassard begins the second period in the penalty box with 1 minute and 45 seconds to serve on his hooking penalty. So the Penguins with a power play to start it, and there's another face-off win by Moore to start the period. On average, Pierre, when a power play straddles a period, it's about half as effective. Malkin chips it right down. Lundqvist gloves that. We're going to face off in the Rangers zone in the opening seconds of this period.
And it's hard to really explain that, Gordon, when you think about it, because you've got the fresh ice, you've got everything you kind of want to have if you're a power play team. But for whatever reason, it just, you bang on them. That's exactly what happens.
When a team has at least a minute of power play time to start a period, on average, they score about 10% of the time, as opposed to 17% of the time with a full 2-minute power play. There's another face-off win by the Rangers. This time by Stepan and fired down to the Pittsburgh zone. Marc-Andre Fleury plays it around. And here's Malkin up there with Crosby and Hornqvist along with Kunitz up front. Malkin jumps in and fires that down to the Rangers zone. Right back on with Malkin. He backhanded that wide. Now Hornqvist taken in by McDonough. Stepan can't clear it out as Martin holds the line. Feeds it down to Malkin. He drops it back for Kunitz. Chris Kunitz looks back to Martin, who gloves it down. A race for it now. And Martin got tied up there by Nash, and Nash plays it back down to the Pittsburgh zone.
And that's Rick Nash hockey right there. Big body hockey by Rick Nash.
Now the pass misses Kunitz. And icing waved off as Crosby got there first. Nash, the only player in the league this year with 4 shorthanded goals and at least 4 power play goals.
Mike Babcock knows how good he is, Gord. 2 Olympics, 2 goals, and in 2010, it was Rick Nash going on a line with Jonathan Toews and Mike Richardson made a huge difference for Canada.
Now David Perron crossed the line, got spun around for a moment. 15 seconds ago in this power play, Steve Downey reaching for it. Now Brandon Sutter holds the line. Sutter feeds it across, that's picked up and poked out by Moore.
Thriving in his role, 28 and blue.
1 shot on goal for Pittsburgh on this power play as Brassard steps out. Across the line comes Sutter with a shot that's turned over by Lundqvist, and Lundqvist gathers up the rebound with Sutter digging for the loose puck.
Gord, if you're going to be in a rut, and the Pittsburgh Penguins obviously in an offensive rut, that man there has been so positive, Rob Scuderi, just standing down here by the Penguins bench, how positive he's been, how he's encouraging his teammates, how he's trying to be an extra coach and be the voice for the range or for the players on the ice. He's been spectacular down here, just listening to him the entire series, really trying to help the younger players out like Tyler Chorney. And also, when you think about it, Brian Dumoulin, I mean, he's just been great. And it's really encouraging to see a guy that's had the career that Robbie Scuderi's had not be jaded. And he's really, really been positive this entire time.
Meantime, from the Rangers dressing room comes news that Matt Zuccarello will not return tonight after being struck in the face with that puck in the first period. So the Rangers will play 1 short as Lovejoy takes a shot that bounces off the side of the goal, cleared by Yandel. So Alain Vigneault's going to have to juggle forwards through the next couple of periods as San Luis got spun around, and who knows, maybe more. Now Brassard, 2-on-1 with Nash. In comes Brassard, walks in, shoots, Fleury makes the stop, rebound, loose in front, poked away, and a chance for Yandel, that deflects off the leg. Loose in front again, LaPierre tries to clear it, and here's Yandel with it. Oh, what a chance there for the Rangers with Brassard and Nash bearing down on Fleury.
Well, it's a Marc-Andre Fleury show right now. He's keeping the Penguins in it.
The only reason their season is still alive, really. The 3 losses by the Penguins, all 2-1 scores. In comes Como a drive, and Lundqvist makes the save. And Yandel gathers it up. Finds St. Louis. Banks it high off the glass. Buck goes Cole for it. Ian Cole got squeezed out the puck for a moment, but plays it now for Kunitz. And Kunitz with a nifty move around Miller, but he lost the puck, and now Stepan comes back the other way. Kunitz lined up by Miller, who crunches him into the corner. And Crosby gathers it up. Long lead pass for Kunitz. Cole jumps up, finds Kunitz to Hornquist. Crosby jumping in. In comes Hornquist for Crosby. That skipped over his stick. And now Stepan plays it high off the glass, knocked down by Scuderi. Down it goes to Crosby. Spins out of the corner. A backhand shot knocked down. Here's Hornquist. Another backhand. Lundqvist turns that away. Hornquist stays on it. Good pressure now by the Penguins. Kunitz got spun around the corner by Girardi. He finds Hagelin. And streaking ahead is Miller. Scuderi stepped up on him, and J.T. Miller lays it back down to the Pittsburgh zone. Cole around for Scuderi.
Long sequence for Scuderi and Cole. They need off.
Now Perron chips it in. Mark Stahl goes back. The bouncing puck goes right in front, and Boyle has it now for New York. Steps around Malkin. Dan Boyle. His pass picked off by Dumoulin as things open up here in the second period. 14-10 now. The shots in favor of New York. Dumoulin. Long lead pass for Malkin. Evgeny Malkin in on Stahl, and Stahl strips him of the puck. And Perron goes in on Stahl. Boyle plays it around. And Malkin steps into him. And Boyle battles it high off the glass. Miller knocks it down, plays it back to center ice, and a race for it now. Dumoulin gets there first ahead of Tanner Glass. Taylor Chorney snaps the pass ahead, chipped in by Scott Wilson. Lafayette goes in on Hunwick. Hunwick played the puck there for Miller. Now Yandel spins back for it. Long stretch between whistles here to open this second period. And back goes Lovejoy. Leaves it back for Paul Martin. Lovejoy. Up ahead for Downey. He's taken down by Hunwick. And Yandel looks through the middle. LaPierre tries to bank it ahead. Wilson couldn't glove it down. Now Lovejoy in the battle for it. Brassard picked it up. He and Nash go back to work. And finally flipped out by Lovejoy. Boyle up ahead for Nash. In comes Rick Nash, barreling in, he shoots, and Fleury makes the stop. And Winnick leaves it back in the corner for Lovejoy. That bounces off a stanchion, goes right to St. Louis. Martin St. Louis peels back. Drops it down, Boyle spins it down for Kreider. Lovejoy fights off Brassard.
Good play by Ben Lovejoy being big there.
Now he stands up Chris Kreider. And Winnick has the loose puck for Pittsburgh. Gets around J.T. Miller, drops it back for Lovejoy to Martin. Martin bounces that down to the Rangers zone. Lundqvist leaves it there for Stahl. Winnick stepped hard in the Stahl. Stahl had lost his glove, couldn't play the puck, and now Kreider back the other way to step on. Chris Kreider works in. Fresh legs coming off the bench for New York as Girardi steps on. Centering pass for Miller on the drive. And Fleury makes the stop. 3 minutes on the whistle. Still 1-0. The Rangers lead. Time now for our player profile with insights from SAP. And tonight we look at Derek Brassard against the Pittsburgh Penguins. In the last 2 playoff years, 7 goals, 2 of them game winners in 11 postseason games.
Had his best year ever with the New York Rangers, 60 points this season in 80 games for the Rangers.
And a career high 19 goals. And leads all players in this series with 3. Here's Como with it. Blake Como works across the line, drops it off for Sutter. Brandon Sutter works in. Here comes Sutter with a backhand shot, rolled off his stick. And now Scuderi plays it ahead, but knocked down by Stepan. Rink wide he goes for Miller. Snaps the pass across for Stepan. Bearing in on Scuderi, a long shot, that goes wide. Yandel with a rolling puck. And he can't hold the line as it squirts out. And play is called.
This is a reason why it's 1-0. Marc-Andre Fleury going back to the beginning of the game. Robin Zuccarello, the high chip play. Dan Boyle again, another high chip play, fighting it off with his glove. How about this one right here? Outstanding, no second chance opportunity when it is. He fights it off. Marc-Andre Fleury's been stellar for the Pittsburgh Penguins all series long.
Pittsburgh just 10 shots so far in the game. The Penguins have not had more than 25 shots in any game in the series. They were 4th in the league in the regular season, averaging nearly 32 shots a game.
And Gord, one of the things with Mike Johnson and his staff, they've made a lot of big adjustments in terms of trying to take the speed out of the Rangers game, and it looks like they've done that here in the second period a little bit, which is tough because of the long change. But if they hang around at 1 goal and not a double-digit score of 2, 3, 4, something like that, they're right in this thing, and they can score. Everybody knows that. At some point, they will break through. They just can't give up another goal and have to open up.
San Luis and Brassard. Here they come. Brassard sends it. Nash fan on that. And now Crosby moves it ahead. Bounces back to Lovejoy. Crosby goes to Martin. Kunitz kicks it there to Crosby. In comes Crosby across the line along with Hornquist, and the play's called offside as Hornquist was a half step ahead.
And again, for the Rangers, they want to dictate with their speed through the neutral zone. Just try to win races, move the puck, and Marty St. Louis, he'll just distribute. And look at how close this is for Rick Nash. He just can't get it. Marty St. Louis jumping on that line with Brassard and Nash. Usually Zuccarello's there, but ever since getting hit in the mouth, he hasn't been back.
Chorney across for Dumoulin. Ryan Dumoulin, a second-round pick of the Carolina Hurricanes in 2009. A 2-time national champion at Boston University. Boston College. Boston College, sorry. Apologies to everyone in Boston. Yes, Boston College. Teammate of Chris Kreider.
And Dumoulin with Kevin Hayes, too.
Yeah, that's right. In comes Winnick with a long shot, knocked away by Lundqvist.
Jerry York on line 1 for you.
Yes, exactly.
Boston
and Brian Giunta and a host of Johnny Hockey and a host of other BC alums. In comes Winnick. Has that knocked away. On it is Spaulding. And Stahl with it now. Rick Whitey goes for Foss. The pass too far for him. Dumoulin. Up ahead for Perron. Fires it down to the Ranger zone. One goes up to play it. Rattles it high off the glass. Squeezes it by Lapierre. And now Stahl has it stripped away. San Luis tried to chip that ahead. Lane was blocked by Cole. As the Penguins try to pry open this Ranger defense. Scuderi plays it around. Lundqvist back out to play it for Hunwick. On his backhand, he finds Hagelin. Now the Rangers are away, and Hayes snaps that pass ahead. San Luis was in behind Cole, but the pass misfired. Now Cole back with it. Dean center ice, backhand to the head, gets in behind the first man more. Cole still with it. Cole sends it back in front, he missed Downey. Now Martin with a drive, Lundqvist the save. Malkin back on it for Pittsburgh. Out there along with Downey and Lapierre. Malkin stays up. Here comes Evgeny Malkin, drops it back to Martin. Martin plays it back in front. Lapierre can't get a shot away. Here's Hagelin with it. And Hagelin way up in the air, gloved down by Lovejoy. And that's a glove pass at center ice as Malkin touches up.
Well, Evgeny Malkin's trying to make a difference. You heard Jeremy Roenick, Liam, and Keith talk about it. Ian Cole's going to have the puck, come up the ice, work around Marty St. Louis, and eventually Paul Martin's going to get the quality opportunity and drill it on goal. Here's Cole trying to find an open man. Can't do it in the form of Downey, but what a chance for Paul Martin. And Henrik Lundqvist fights it off. Smart play by Cole, trying to get it to Downey. He just can't get a stick on it because of Carl Hagelin.
Another face-off win by the Rangers, who took nearly 60% of the draws in that opening period. As Martin goes back for it. Paul Martin steps ahead for Pittsburgh. His pass broken up by Kreider, and Miller's back the other way. In comes JT Miller with a shot, kicked out by Fleury. And Malkin lost the loose puck to Miller. In with Kreider. Kreider crunches Martin. And finally gathered up as Sutter chips it ahead. Looking for Como, and Mark Stahl races back. Now Sutter comes in to help up. Como on it. A battle for it in the corner. The puck taking a beating down there. And finally Malkin picks it up. Back he goes into the feet of Boyle as Como throws him over. Sutter plays it back. Here's Dumoulin. Waits, walks in and shoots, and Lundqvist makes the glove stop. 2:36 remains here in the second period. When we come back, we'll hear from Pittsburgh coach Mike Johnston when he visits with Pierre Maguire. Henrik Lundqvist has stopped them all so far.
The series started, everybody talked about their speed. You've managed to take it out of the series. How have you done that?
Well, the big thing for me is reloading on the forecheck, just getting above. Anytime you see the puck, when we're in their zone, go in their hands, you've got to get above their checks. And then you take away a lot of the cross-ice plays that they like.
It sure seems like there's a lot of positive energy on your bench right now.
Yeah, I thought we've had a good start to this period. We had a lull in the first period. They had a push after their goal. I think we've taken it away right now.
Thanks a lot, Mike.
Thanks.
Off the face-off, McDonough turns it over. Crosby looks down to Kunitz. Chris Kunitz takes a whack at it. Now Hornqvist spins and fires, and Lundqvist knocks that away with a blocker. Crosby centers it, kicked away by St. Louis. Looks ahead for Nash, and away comes Nash with Brassard and St. Louis. Again, Matt Zuccarello out of the Ranger lineup for the rest of the night after being hit in the face with a shot in the first period. Crosby works in with Kunitz and Hornqvist. In comes Crosby, waits, shoots, Lundqvist save, rebound, moves in front, and it's hit wide by Hornqvist.
That was superhuman by Lundqvist. Unbelievable save, Gordon.
And he wound up in the net, but the puck did not. Now Brassard tells it, and Nash just missed on the deflection. Brassard loose behind the Pittsburgh goal. Feeds it back to Nash with a quick shot. Fleury didn't see that. It went wide. Hunwick throws it back in the corner. Lovejoy waiting for it. Plays it around for Martin. And the Henrik chant goes up again here in New York. Long shot drifts wide again. Kunitz on it. Out to center ice he goes for Perron. Around Yandel. Now Moore goes back as Winnick tries to seal the wall. Perron comes in to help out. Held by Chorny. Chorny with a long shot. That's tipped off the outside of the goal. That bounced off the stick as Lundqvist is going the other way.
You see how they're taking the speed out. They're attacking the puck. And that's how they're trying to eliminate the speed.
Pittsburgh out shooting the Rangers 9-5 here in the second period. That long drive by Glass is gloved by Marc-Andre Fleury.
I don't know how Henrik Lundqvist figured this play out, but he sure did, Gord. Sidney Crosby, Chris Kunitz, they have numbers going at Henrik Lundqvist. And watch this one right there. He just decided quickly to throw his legs out against his countryman, Patrick Hornqvist. Girardi's down and out. There's the rebound. Kunitz goes hard to the net, and he just flashes out the left pad. That was something else. Don't try that at home, Gord.
No. Temperatures among the female population might have gone up there as Mr. Lundqvist removed his mask for a moment. Smiling Henrik as Boyle goes looking for it, and he is the king of New York, especially this time of the year. Rangers trying to duplicate what they did in '94, win the regular season title and the Stanley Cup. Here's Chorny at the line, a rolling puck, he shoots, hits the leg, and a penalty coming. He's going to go against Pittsburgh. Here's Hayes with it now. And Kevin Hayes slides it back. Lundqvist.
Smart.
Settles things down. Does not go to the bench right away.
No, that's why. He was coming, but smart. Wait.
And Lundqvist talking with Dan Boyle. Wes McCauley's fingers are getting numb as his hand's been in the air for about a minute now. 7:15 to go in the second period. The Rangers will eventually go on a power play here unless they score. Hayes drops it back off for Boyle. In comes Dan Boyle with a chance. Drops it back. JT Miller winds and shoots. Goes high off the glass.
Broken stick for Kunitz.
And now Perron finally touches up. And we will get a penalty call against the Pittsburgh Penguins. It's a holding call. And it's going against Blake Comeau.
The Penguins are hustling and bustling in the offensive zone around Henrik Lundqvist. And you'll see there. That's a hold.
Rangers' only goal in the game has been scored on the power play. Five shots for the Rangers on 2 power plays. Brassard, Stepan, Kreider up front, Boyle, and St. Louis on the back end. Of course, the Rangers now without a key power play component in Zuccarello. Kreider drops it back to Boyle. And Boyle has a look being shadowed there by Lapierre. Brassard, Boyle, St. Louis drops it down to the goal line. And now Kreider spins away, plays it back to Boyle. Dan Boyle, across he goes. Broussard, rink wide. Kreider plays it back. Boyle fans with a one-time chance.
Rolling puck.
Now Broussard, down to Stepan. Cross to Boyle, waits, walks, shoots, and Fleury got just enough of that to knock it wide. Now Broussard back on it. Centering pass for San Luis, got knocked around. Kreider with a chance, kicked away by Fleury. Stepan plays it back. San Luis keeps it alive and plays it back to Broussard. Cross he goes to Boyle. Good pressure by the Rangers here on the power play. Centering pass, stopped by Fleury. He snapped the rebound out of midair as Martin San Luis was all alone in front. Kreider got buried. But Marc-Andre Fleury with another great save on a deflection.
Hats off to him. I mean, you've seen this coming all series long. He has not disappointed his fan base, his coaches, or his teammates. Here's the rolling puck for Dan Boyle. Just can't get it to sit. And then you start moving it around, and Gord, you were talking about how quickly they were moving around. Marc-Andre Fleury fights that one off, gets it up and over the net, and then finally Boyle's going to put it on goal to St. Louis. One chance, two chance, and no third chance for Chris Kreider.
Miller for the face-off against Brandon Sutter. 1:03 to go in the Como penalty. The face-off goes right back to Fleury. Cole, high off the glass. Knocked McDonough stick out of his hands and it goes down the ice. 4 shots on goal so far for the Rangers on this power play. Yandel up ahead for Hayes. Back to Yandel. Rink wide he goes. And the pass picked up by Nash. Nash drops it back. McDonough plays it across to Yandel. Back to McDonough with a blast. That goes off the leg of Cole and wide.
Wow, that had heat on it.
Now Nash. Walks off the half wall, drops it down, and takes the return pass. Nash, back for Hayes. Miller fighting for space in front. Nash with a sharp angle shot, hit the side of the goal. Out the other way is Yandel. He's loose behind the Pittsburgh net. Centers it for Miller, that missed. Now McDonough back with it. Ryan McDonough drops it back to Yandel. Swings it back for McDonough, the pass out of his reach. And the final seconds of the Como penalty tick off. And he's back on. 4 shots on goal for the Rangers on that power play. It remains a 1-0 game under 5 to go now in the second period. 5 up ahead for Glass. You got to say, Pierre, that for Pittsburgh right now, fortunate the game is still within grasp.
But it is, and that's good for them, and there's a huge energy surge on their bench because of it.
Lead pass goes to Kunitz. 1-on-1 with Girardi. In comes Kunitz. He shot off Girardi's stick, goes wide. Back he goes to Hornquist. Plays it back for Dumoulin. That pass threw him out of the zone. Now Dumoulin had his pocket picked by Fox. Taken back by Hornquist. He chips it down to the Ranger zone. Back goes Stahl.
How about that range by Mark Stahl? I mean, he's starting standing still, and he's still winning those races, having to cover so much area.
Now Tanner Glass picks it up, chips the puck down to the Pittsburgh zone. 22-16, the shots on goal in favor of New York. Trying to join the Anaheim Ducks in the second round of the Stanley Cup playoff. Como. And his pass picked off by McDonough. He goes rink wide. San Luis comes jumping in. Poked it there by Dumoulin. Chorney around for Como. Banks it ahead for Perron. That pass broken up by San Luis. And now San Luis takes that lead pass from Hunwick. Bounced into his equipment, and Dumoulin has it. 3.5 to go in the period. The centering pass goes all the way down the ice, and icing waved off as McDonough went back. Long lead pass, that misfired. Trying to find Fox. Fleury plays it, but Fox knocks it down for New York. Back on it, down low for Hagelin. And now Martin chips it ahead for Malkin. Evgeny Malkin. A bottle up for the moment. Now Fox takes it away from him.
He's had a great series as well, Jesper Fast.
And now Hayes loose behind the Pittsburgh goal. Plays it across the Hagelin. A shot was off the leg of Lovejoy and wide. Stahl. That long pass misfires. Lovejoy goes back, icing against New York with 2:48 to go here in period number 2. Watch every great Stanley Cup playoff game live on your laptop, tablet, or smartphone with NBC Sports Live Extra. Download the app or go to NBC Sports/Live Extra and watch the biggest events anywhere, anytime. Crosby wins the draw cleanly back for Scuderi. Banks it off the inboards for Crosby. That was taken away by Miller. Now Crosby back with it. Centers it. Close. Is it in? Yes! Pittsburgh scores with a centering pass by Crosby. Looked like Nick Spaulding got the last touch. This is a 1-1 game with 2.5 to go.
Well, credit to coach. This is a great decision by Mike Johnston. He puts Crosby on the ice with Spaulding and Downey. Crosby wins the draw, and then they go to work. It came off an icing, so the Rangers couldn't change. The fresh legs come on. Shot on goal. Crosby's going to get it, throw it on goal. Spaulding's going to come across. That puck's in.
Now, how did it go in, Pierre, is the question. How did it go in? Did Spaulding bat it in?
They're going to evaluate this.
This is going to be reviewed by the command center in Toronto. Spaulding goes leaping into Lundqvist.
The play is under review.
Let's see here. Lundqvist. It's off Spaulding right there. That's a goal, isn't it, Pierre?
I can't see his hand. I sure think it's a goal, but I'd like to see his hand.
It can bounce in off your hand.
Correct.
You can't
push it in with your hand.
Propel it, or deflect it deliberately with your hand. That doesn't appear to be the case here. It looks like his left arm, Pierre.
Yeah, it does look like his arm, not even his hand.
Nick Spaulding, of course, came over along with Hornqvist in that trade with Nashville that sent James Neal to the Predators. His last playoff goal was scored on this day in 2011. He scored twice against Anaheim.
Yeah, the energy on the Penguins bench has been phenomenal. And you can just tell Mike Johnson, he's sensing. He says, you know, we're in this thing. I'm coming with Crosby. He puts Crosby on it. Sidney wins the draw, and they go to work.
So Wes McCauley, the referee, is on the headset as this gets a close look from the National Hockey League. Wes McCauley's dad, John, by the way, was a long-time and great NHL referee. Passed away at a young age as the officiating supervisor of the league. He wore number 8, and a young player decided to wear his number to honor him. That was Eric Lindros, who wore number 88, to honor the late John McCauley. And the conversation continues as McCauley is now one of the NHL's best young officials. A long review here, Pierre. What's your call?
I don't even want to call it because it's hard to tell. It really is. This is a tough one. This is really tough. He goes to the net, and it definitely touches the upper part of his arm. I don't think it's his hand that propels it in, but does he move his elbow forward to propel it into the net?
That started off a Pittsburgh face-off win. The Penguins have won 9 of the 13 draws in this period. Here's the call from McCauley.
After reviewing the play, the call on the ice stands. We got a good goal.
1-1's your score. 2:37 to go in the second period.
Came off an icing. Rangers couldn't change. Mike Johnson put Sidney Crosby on the ice with guys that aren't usually his line mates, Nick Spaulding and Steve Downey. And now he's back with Hornqvist and Spaulding. So doubling it up on Sidney Crosby. He's had a feel here, the coach. And you can see the Penguins have kind of seized this, only being down 1 goal because of the performance of Marc-Andre Fleury.
So after that long review, Crosby's fresh, and Spaulding has his first goal of these playoffs. He had not scored in his last 30 games going back to the regular season. What a time to break out of that slump. Hornqvist. Banks down for Crosby, who centers it. That was knocked away. And Stepan got a stick on it. Now Spaulding steals again for Hornqvist. Shoots. That goes wide as McDonough got a skate on it. And McDonough moves away from Crosby. Up comes Scuderi for it. The puck squeezed by him, by Miller. Ian Cole back for it. Penguins' only win of the series was here in game number 2. In comes Como for it. He's loose. Wait, Como in. Snaps it back. Malkin to drive loose. Puck side of the goal. Malkin a backhand shot. Lundqvist is down. Stefan's on top of him. And the puck is still out.
And this is why the playoffs are so tough. Just when you think you got a team under the ropes, you don't.
1-1 the score. Almost 2-1 Pittsburgh there, but Henrik Lundqvist makes the stop with some help from his friends. Closing time in these playoffs has been tough, Pierre. So far, teams with a chance to end the series are 1-3, and Montreal is trailing Ottawa 3-0 in that game tonight. 1-1 here. Only Anaheim's been able to close it out in the first try so far.
Marc-Andre Fleury is a huge story in this game. So are some of the decisions that Mike Johnston's been making behind the bench with Gary Agnew and Rick Tocchet. They have found a way to frustrate the Rangers in their speed attack.
1:54 to go in the period. And Brassard scrambles that drop, and it goes to Malkin. Evgeny Malkin, a backhand shot up the side of the goal. Malkin back on it to Lovejoy. Lovejoy to Malkin. Back down to Como. Blake Como with it, spins, plays it across for Martin that bounced off his skate. And Martin St. Louis out with Nash streaking ahead. In comes St. Louis. Steps around Malkin, centers it, broken up by Ben Lovejoy in a great defensive play. And now Lovejoy down low, and it rings it around, gets by McDonough, and back out of the Ranger zone. Back goes Lovejoy for it. Pop. Loose in the corner, now he's behind the goal. Leaves it there for Moore. His pass picked off by Crosby. And Sidney Crosby goes rink wide for Kunitz. Final minute now of the second period. Girardi up ahead for 5. Poke check there by Martin. And the puck goes to Dominic Moore. Works it back in front. And Hagman was tied up. The puck loose in front. And a sharp angle shot taken there. Turned away by Fleury off the stick of Moore. And now the puck goes off the stick of Girardi, up and out of play.
Now the Maui Jim RoboCam is going to show you what Marc-Andre Fleury's seeing here. In the last little while, a bouncing puck. Dominic Moore throws it out front. Carl Hagman can't get to it. Moore gets to it again. Fleury fights it off with his glove. Dan Girardi's going to launch it on goal. And then you have a whole lot of stuff going on. Good back check there by Patrick Hornquist. Opportunities galore for the Rangers with the bouncing puck. But Marc-Andre Fleury again, Gord, he's fighting a lot of stuff off.
Rangers one shot on goal in the last 5.5 minutes. Now Girardi with a chance, and Kreider stopped by the pad of Fleury. Crosby up for Kunitz. He's got Hornquist with him. In comes Patrick Hornquist on McDonough. Spins back and plays it down low for Crosby. That's knocked away by Girardi as Stepan has it. Back down to the Pittsburgh zone is Scuderi. 15 seconds to go in the period. Cole up to win it. Knocked back in. Kreider picks up a loose puck, but he was offside. 9.4 seconds left. Penguins are arguing the faceoff should be back down the Ranger zone for the intentional offside, and it will be.
Absolutely will be.
Lapierre will stay on with Malkin and Perron.
He's out there for the faceoff. And this is really where Dominic Moore's got to scramble the draw. Can't let it go to Malkin.
And the draw goes back to Malkin. A quick shot. Lundqvist had to fight it off. It's loose for Perron. Final seconds now of the period. Perron reaching for it. And Malkin gets a shot away after the horn. But Nick Spaulding has scored for the Pittsburgh Penguins, and this game is tied at 1, heading for the third period. Shots on goal, 13-12 in favor of the Penguins in that period, 24-19 overall for the Rangers. Stay tuned for the Discover Card second intermission with Liam, JR, and Keith. Great goaltending duel here tonight. And Craig Anderson, once again, a difference for the Ottawa Senators as they, too, try to stay alive tonight. Back and forth they go at Madison Square Garden. Spaulding the equalizer. And it's 1-1. You're watching the 2015 Stanley Cup Playoffs presented by Geico. The Stanley Cup Playoffs on NBC are brought to you by the Discover It Card. It's a game changer. By SAP. Visit NHL.com/stats with insights from SAP. And by Ford. Beautiful things happen when you go further. Back in New York, you're watching the 2015 Stanley Cup Playoffs presented by Geico. 1-1 the score after 40 minutes of play. And time now for our Boeing Precision Performance. And tonight, Pierre, it's all about the men in the crease.
Unbelievable play by Marc-Andre Fleury. Athleticism, quickness, tactically aware, and that's not ended Lundqvist at the other end. I don't know how he made that save against Patrick Hornquist. Just all over the ice. This is a goaltending battle personified, Gord. Awesome to watch, probably difficult to play, but a save is just as good as a goal when you're a fan watching it.
All three Ranger wins in this series have been by 2-1 scores. Evgeny Malkin still looking for his first point of the series. And the Rangers looking to close it out tonight at home and buck the trend of teams being unable to close it out on the first try. Tomorrow night, Chicago plays against Nashville in Game 6 of that series after losing Game 5 in Music City. Ottawa's up on Montreal tonight, trying for a second time to avoid elimination. Vancouver fought it off on home ice as well. Dan Boyle plays it across. Here's Derek Stepan. Looks around for JT Miller. Back for Kreider, who steps into Lovejoy. Here's Stepan with it. Derek Stepan. Looks around for Kreider. Malkin goes racing to him. Now Malkin knocks it down, but Dan Boyle sprawled, held the line for a moment, but the play was then called offside.
Now here comes Crosby, Kunitz, and Hornquist. Malkin's trying. You heard the guys in the studio, Liam, Keith, and JR. He's trying. He's really competing here tonight in Game 5. But that's a man that was elevated at the right time in the second period to help him get a goal and tie this thing up, Sidney Crosby.
We talked about Dominic Moore taking face-offs, Pierre. He took the first and last face-off of the period. Those are the only two draws he took in the second after going 4-0 in the first.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot for him to do, though, in that period. It was a weird period that way. The flow was going.
Brassard had that knocked down by Crosby. In comes Crosby, winds and shoots. That's blocked again, that time by McDonough. Now Hornquist got bumped, and McDonough plays it back out to center ice. McDonough, long lead pass, chipped ahead by Hagelin. He's got Foss with it. Jesper Foss centers it, just missed the stick of Hayes. Now Hagelin, back down to Kevin Hayes. Spins off the check of Chorney, now walking back in front of Hagelin, turned away by Fleury.
Not sure that's probably a goal because Fleury would have been cheating off the short side post. Now he's more fundamentally sound and aware.
Oh, and a pass by Hayes, tapped back by Foss, and a shot by Hagelin, turned away by Fleury.
Look where the rebound went, right to the corner. That's just good goaltending again.
Hayes feeds it back at the point. There's Hunwick with a shot that goes off the leg of Winnick and wide. Now a shot from a sharp angle from Hagelin. That misses the net. And Chorney goes back in the corner. Shots are 26-19 New York. Pittsburgh has yet to record more than 25 shots on goal in a game in this series. Now Dumoulin gains center ice and fires it around. Lundqvist drops it across for Hunwick. Glove down by Downey. Steve Downey centers it for Lapierre with a shot that goes high and wide. Up the other side and back to Lapierre. Can't pull the trigger, now back on it. Maxim Lapierre with Downey fighting for space in front. Lapierre stays on it. In the corner, slops it back down. And Downey steps away from Yandel. Downey, the most penalized player in the NHL this season. Feeds it there for Wilson. Back in front, shoots, and with a Penguin in the net, Lundqvist makes the stop. That was Lapierre in behind Lundqvist. He kept the puck out at the same time.
That's a great sequence for the Penguins, though. Outstanding by Downey, Lapierre, and Wilson. Really good shift.
Brandon Sutter. Up ahead for Blake Como. Now Como feeds ahead for Malkin. Onside for Sutter. Sutter in, shoots. Lundqvist save, rebound. A diving Como puts it on goal, and Lundqvist knocks it away. Now Brassard back. Flips it rink wide for Stahl. That pass misfires, and the play's offside.
Well, Marty St. Louis misplayed the puck. That led to that last Pittsburgh Penguins chance in the neutral zone. Some of the fans wanted it to be offside. It was not because St. Louis brought it back into his own zone, and then the Penguins were on the attack. See, St. Louis misplays it, so not offside, and then Blake Como gives it to Malkin, and Sutter rips it on goal. Lundqvist fights it off, and Como gets a second chance opportunity.
Crosby wins that draw back for Martin. Hornquist trying to flip that ahead for Kunitz. That's broken up and played out by McDonough. Lovejoy knocks it down. Girardi had it knocked down by Martin. Rink wide goes Kunitz for Crosby. Sidney Crosby works it rink wide. That pass broken up by Girardi. Now Martin a long shot. That goes just wide. Crosby chips it there to Kunitz. Chris Kunitz at the point to Martin. Snaps it down to Crosby. Went off his skate. McDonough stays on him. Now Hornquist picks it up. Patrick Hornquist drops it back to Martin. Rink wide he goes to Crosby. A bouncing puck as McDonough got a stick on it. And Kunitz digs for it. Now Nash took a stick in the throat area. He gives Kunitz a whack. The centering pass knocked down by Lundqvist. They battle away for it. Hornquist digging for it. Crosby sent flying. Girardi's going to get a penalty. Hornquist back on to Crosby. Play continues as Crosby goes off the back of the net. And finally gloved down by Broussard. And Girardi's going to get it for a trip on Sidney Crosby, sending Pittsburgh to a power play with 4:14 gone in the third period.
And Rick Nash is incredulous as he talks to Wes McCauley. How was there no call before that penalty to Dan Girardi? One of the better penalty killers in the National Hockey League, Dan Girardi. Here he is.
Ooh.
Slashed by Crosby, and then the tackle. And then here's Rick Nash with Kunitz, and Kunitz does. He gets him with a stick right in the throat.
Well, they beg to differ with how that came out here in New York.
Yep.
Perron got spun around. Pittsburgh on the power play. Dumoulin looks down to Perron, working back in. Perron from his knees. And a sprawling Dan Boyle blocked his shooting lane.
He's lucky he didn't get called for a penalty there.
Now Perron. Down to Downey. His centering pass is blocked. As Mark Stahl got a stick on it. And now Stahl fires it by Chorney and back up to center ice.
Remember, Boyle on the ice. Usually Girardi would be out there killing.
In comes Dumoulin. Works back in front. It trickles down to Lundqvist. And the Ranger netminder hangs on to that.
You know, Henrik Lundqvist, again, the guys were talking about him. He's been good. Fleury's good. Danny Boyle usually plays the right side. He's on the left there, and Perron takes him to the net. Got away with one. Regular season, Gord, that's a penalty.
Now Crosby will face off against Moore. Crosby, Kunitz, Hornquist up front. Martin and Malkin back in the point of this power play. Now Martin with a shot that goes off the stick of Moore. Up and out of play. Crosby in for the face-off again against Moore. The shots are evening up now. It's 26-23 New York.
The Penguins have played a smart game. They have not panicked at all. We talked about the energy surge in the second period, and Robbie Scuderi was a big, big part of it for him.
Now Crosby knocks it down, pokes it across for Hornquist. Patrick Hornquist down to Crosby. Back around he goes to Martin, being pressured there by Moore. The puck loses the line. Martin swatted to the head. Hornquist racing to it. And Hornquist, for a moment, kept it alive. Now Kunitz down to Crosby. Spins back in the corner. Under a minute to go in this power play. Malkin racing to it. The crowd all over Crosby now. Malkin centers it. Hornquist abroad. Tag saved by Lundqvist. Martin walks it and shoots. And Lundqvist got a piece of that as well. Now Malkin down to Crosby. Crosby flips it back between Malkin and Martin, and the puck comes out. 2 shots on goal so far for Pittsburgh on this power play. 35 seconds to go in the power play. Malkin, he was poke checked there by Foss, and Crosby has to hustle back. Snaps the pass ahead to Hornquist. In comes Hornquist, rink wide to Malkin. Malkin drops it back to Downey. Steve Downey flips it back to Martin, across to Crosby. Crosby, back to Malkin, lots of pressure. Crosby, one-time shot at the goal post. Rang it right off the pipe. Now Malkin back for Crosby, picked off by Nash. He's away. Nash in on Martin and Malkin. And Nash with a long reach plays keep away. And back on the ice comes Girardi. 2 shots on goal for the Penguins on that power play. Still 1-1, under 14 to go in the third period. Kevin Hayes comes bulling in for New York. Swings it back at the point for Stahl. It bounced away from him. Now Winnick with it. St. Louis was dumped in front. And Perron brings it the other way for Pittsburgh. In comes Perron to drive. Lundqvist got a piece of that glove down by Spaulding. Quick shot, and Lundqvist turns it away. Now Perron back with it. St. Louis angles there with Scuderi, who plays it back in deep for Winnick. Daniel Winnick works back out of the corner. Pivots back on Yandel. Here's Cole with it on his backhand. Down to Perron. Now fired up the center ice by Stahl. Both teams will change as Scuderi knocks it down for Cole. Feeds ahead for Como. That pass broken up by Hunwick. And Cole swings back for the loose puck.
Temperatures rising.
Now Wilson brings it across for Como. He's knocked down in front on a solid check from Kreider. The pass for Kreider misfires. A race for it now. Stepan gets there, and the icing waved off. Kreider bounced off Lovejoy. Now back at center ice is Wilson. Shots are 7-2 Pittsburgh here in the third period. Long shot by Wilson, gloved by Lundqvist, and he'll hang on. Pittsburgh has crossed 25 shots for the first time in the series, and this one wasn't a shot on goal as Crosby hit the pipe. The first Saturday in May, the race for the Triple Crown begins with a Kentucky Derby. Coverage begins Wednesday at 5:30 Eastern on NBCSN, and it all leads up to the big race Saturday, May 2nd at 4 Eastern. Just over 12 to go here in the third period. A 1-1 game between the Rangers and the Penguins, playing in the playoffs for the second consecutive year. Last year, New York came back from 3-1 down to win the second round series. Now it's the Rangers up 3-1 in the opening round. Stahl got tied up. And here's Chorney with it. Bronzy goes to Dumoulin. Up for Malkin, who chipped it, but Miller picked it up for New York. JT Miller in, shoots at the goal post. He rings it off the pipe. Now Stahl shoots it. Deflector just wide. Oh, and a chance for the Rangers there.
1 each. All balanced up just like the score.
And now Como brings it back, crisscrossing with Malkin. And as he does, the play is offside as Malkin jumped ahead. Whoa.
Well, Evgeny Malkin tries to get slick from this Brian Dumoulin pass, but JT Miller intercepts it, and he just launches that high short side, and he rings it.
(27-26) now. The shots in favor of Pittsburgh as the Penguins take the lead in that department. And Lovejoy fires it around. Girardi. Tied up there by Hornquist. Now McDonough on it. Hornquist forces the puck free again. Crosby back for Lovejoy. Back in the corner for Crosby. That goes out the other side for Girardi. And Dan Girardi being watched there by Martin Crosby now knocks it down. Spins away from Girardi. Still on it. Crosby for Kunitz fires. And that was blocked by Nash and Rick Nash. And that puck take a fight on the hip. And Nash favoring his right leg as he goes off. Now Winnick gets tied up there by Hagler in front of the Ranger bench. Perron comes in to help out. And the shoot-in goes to Winnick. Yeah, Winnick spun around and fell. Here's Fast with it. Jesper Fast works his way in. Drops it back for Hunwick, the defenseman who jumped into the rush for New York. And the puck free at center ice, but Spaulding picked it up and looks ahead for Winnick. Daniel Winnick get across the line. Trying to step around Hayes, but Kevin Hayes with a good job to strip him of the puck, and back comes New York the other way. Hayes across the line. Works in, waits, drops it down for Yandel, who jumped in. Keith Yandel centers it. Spaulding knocks that away. Back comes Downey the other way with it. Drops it back for Winnick, who fires it down to the Ranger zone.
Risky business with two defensemen jumping into the rush and then turning it over. Very risky business for the Rangers.
And comes Downey down for Wilson. In his playoff debut in Game 3 of the series after playing just one regular season game back in December, the only game of his career so far. And now Wilson on his 22nd birthday goes in against Dan Boyle. Chipped up to center ice. Bland trying to knock it down. Here's Chorney with it. Dumoulin. Past the midway point of the third period. Dumoulin. Up for Wilson, chips that down to the Rangers zone. Back goes Stahl for it, being shadowed there by Lapierre. And now Malkin back to Mark. Lead pass for Como. In comes Blake Como with it now. Hunwick gives him a shot. Como plays it back in deep for Sutter. Brandon Sutter centers it. Chris Kreider picks it off for New York. Now Hunwick with it. And Como stepped into him. Rink wide pass picked off by Malkin. In shoots. And Lundqvist makes the save on him. 9:06 to go in the third period. You're watching the Stanley Cup playoffs presented by Geico.
Liam McHugh in the studio. Game 5, Ottawa in control, but Montreal showing some signs of life. Tom Gilbert delivers the first goal against Craig Anderson in over 100 minutes. Off Bobby Ryan's stick, through the legs of Dale Weiss, and into the net. That one's over on CNBC right now. Back to the Garden. Gord.
All right, thank you, Liam. 1-1 the score here with 9:06 to go in the third period. At even strength, the Penguins are out shooting the Rangers 24-17. The Rangers' only goal has come on the power play. Now Lovejoy with a shot. It goes off the end board. Hornquist digging for it, but McDonough takes it away from him. McDonough up for St. Louis, trying to shoot that in. It cued off his stick, and Lovejoy lifts it back out to center ice. In the feet of St. Louis, Hornquist racing to it. Now Crosby taps it back for Lovejoy. Now every pass, every shot, every call, every moment becomes critical in this series.
This is the quiet it's been between both benches.
Bobbed in for Hayes. Kevin Hayes works in. The overtime hero, game 4, shoots. And it deflects over to Hagelin. Hagelin is Spalling battling for it. Hagelin stays on it. Spalling stays with him. And finally picked up by Perron. Now David Perron. He's that by Yandel, and Winnick plays it in deep. Back goes Dan Boyle for it. His carry attempt. Knocked down by Cole. Ian Cole with some time. Spins back in the corner. Shoots. Lundqvist makes the stop. With Spalling standing in front of him. Winnick tries to play it back. Como picks it up. Plays it down for Spalling, but he couldn't knock that pass down. Now Skinner steps up to keep it alive for Pittsburgh.
Strong side pinches have really helped Pittsburgh. The Rangers haven't reacted well to the defenseman coming down on the puck side.
The referee yelling at them to move it, to which they might want to yell back, "We're trying." Yandel all over Spalling. Boston there as well. Como comes in. And finally it's picked free for Skinner. Crosby goes to Cole with a drive. Bounced off the leg of Boyle and wide. And now spinning back in the corner is Como.
Long sequence for Boyle and Yandel out there, really long.
And here's Sutter with it now. Brandon Sutter walks back in front of the backhand shot, stopped by Lundqvist. Como with a drive. He's turned away by the Ranger netminder. Now Cole with it. Feeds it down to Malkin.
Fresh leg for Malkin just off the bench.
Evgeny Malkin back for Skinner to Cole with a drive, and Lundqvist the save into the corner. Foss with the back up to center ice. New York can start the change, but not complete it. As Cole plays it in deep.
McDonough's on. He's got the live legs. He can skate it or move it.
Yandel, long lead pass. That missed. Shots are 12-2 Pittsburgh here in the third period. 31-26 overall in favor of the Penguins.
Keith Yandel can't change. He's one of the guys that was out there for a long period of time. Well, chances the Penguins want to play in a congested area, and Brandon Sutter's really comfortable doing that. Walks on Keith Yandel, creates a chance against Henrik Lundqvist. You see fighting that one off right there for Henrik Lundqvist. That blast from Ian Cole coming from the back end.
Crosby against Miller, and JT Miller wins that draw cleanly. At the line by Chorney, and there'll be no icing this time, and the Rangers can finish the change.
Oh, the Penguins aren't happy with that one. They thought that nobody touched it, should have been icing.
6.5 to go in the third period. Here comes Crosby, fires it down. Lundqvist out to play it. And Crosby throws his arms up in the air to knock that down. And finally McDonough moves it out.
The Penguins have done that ever since game 2. They know Lundqvist's a left-hand shot, so once he handles a puck, they go to that side and just throw their bodies against the boards and their hands in the air.
Chorney gets spun around by Stepan, and it's hacked out by Hornquist. McDonough across to Girardi. Up ahead to Kreider. And Chris Kreider fires that down to the Pittsburgh zone. Under 6 to go in the third period.
The Penguins have totally taken the Rangers out of their flow, and the Rangers are not comfortable being out of flow.
Away comes Hornquist. In, shoots, that goes wide. In behind the goal, knocked around by Stahl. Held at the line by Mark. Paul Martin, a long shot. The pass actually wound up at the feet of Lapierre. And Perron spins off Stahl. Works it back to Martin, trying to find a shooting lane. St. Louis blocked it. And then Stahl feeds ahead for Brassard. In comes Derek Brassard on Martin. Backhands it back in front. Just missed St. Louis with that. And now Stahl plays it around for Brassard. Spins back into the corner. Brassard. Miller was all teed up for the one-timer at the point. And now Boyle got trapped, but Lapierre couldn't knock it out. Perron shields off St. Louis and bangs it down to the Ranger zone. Pittsburgh needs a change. Yandle looking to quick up. Now his teammates are changing, so Yandle looks ahead and it's chipped in by Glass. Under 5 to go in the third period. Lovejoy with it. Como fires it down, and as Lundqvist is out to play it, icing was waved off. Girardi had it picked off. Here's Sutter on it now for Pittsburgh. Brandon Sutter spins back in the corner. Sutter throws it back down behind the goal. Lundqvist couldn't knock it down. Scuderi steps up again. Here's Como on it. And finally Moore knocks it out for New York. Back goes Cole for Sutter. Back at the point, knocked down by Boyle. Dan Boyle slaps it across. Takes the return pass and shoots. And that was steered away by Fleury. Now Miller looking for Stepan, tied up by Scuderi. Centers it, loose it from Boyle. Oh, and a pass saved by Fleury. From a sharp angle, Kreider taking a shot away. A game saver by Marc-Andre Fleury. Now back at the point. Here comes Stahl. In, shoots, that goes wide. Back on the other side is Miller. Down to Kreider. Under 4 to go in the third period. Kreider drops it up for Miller. In he comes, sends it across. Oh, stopped wide by Boyle. He had a wide open net, and Dan Boyle missed it. Miller brings it back in, shoots, and Fleury knocks that away. The puck goes over the glass and out of play. Oh, what a chance for the New York Rangers, and Dan Boyle can't believe he missed. 3:36 to go in the third period. A 1-1 tie that almost wasn't. A couple minutes later, Dan Boyle still shaking his head on the New York Ranger bench. Stanley Cup winner in 2004 with the Tampa Bay Lightning. His house burned down during those playoffs. Remember that, Pierre?
Yes, sir.
Sidney Crosby. Pass in behind Hornquist. 3.5 to go in the third period. In comes St. Louis with a sharp angle shot. Fleury knocks it away. Now Girardi steps up, and Spaulding hacked it by him. Rangers won Game 4 in overtime, handing the Penguins their 6th consecutive playoff overtime loss. Now bouncing puck to St. Louis, hammered it wide. Fleury dives back and pounces on the loose puck as Brassard almost had a tap in.
Well, bad luck for the Pittsburgh Penguin defender. I think it's Ben Lovejoy. Rick Nash is just trying to shoot this puck in, and it caroms off of Ben Lovejoy's leg. Let's see, right there and right into the skating Marty St. Louis, who just blasts it high and wide. Lovejoy's played extremely well in this series alongside Paul Martin. A lot of big minutes, a lot of big plays, a lot of hard hits. Those two have been really solid together.
A pileup off the draws. Stepan and Lapierre got tangled up, and now the puck is into the Pittsburgh bench. And the face-off will come back down to the Penguin zone. Maxim Lapierre, penalty killer, face-off man, agitator, you name it, for Mike Johnston's team. Rangers have the last 4 shots in the period. And the draw one back, but it goes between Yandle and Boyle. Miller, Stepan, and Kreider back out there for New York as Kreider tries to chip it in, but that goes over the glass, and we've got 2:49 to go in the third period.
I think it's fair to say you're basically in overtime now for both these teams. It's that tight a game. There's not going to be a lot of room for error.
Crosby, Kunitz, and Hornquist back out there for Pittsburgh.
A lot of ice time for Marty St. Louis because of the injury to Matt Zuccarello.
Now he's out there with Brassard and Nash. And Crosby won that faceoff. Crosby up ahead for Hornquist. He finds Kunitz, and Kunitz sweeps that down to the Ranger zone. Now gets in behind Girardi. In comes Kunitz. Works back in the corner at the point. It's held by Lovejoy. Pittsburgh was changing D. Now Crosby trying to fish that back in front. St. Louis on it. Finds the stick of Nash along with Brassard. In comes Rick Nash across the line. Brassard goes to the front of the net. Rangers making a late change on Diaz. St. Louis goes looking for the loose puck. Tied up by Crosby. Now it's work free for Brassard. Works it back. Boyle shoots. He missed that high and wide and not by much.
Not by much is right.
Now moved ahead by Hornqvist. In behind Stahl. Patrick Hornqvist with Kunitz. Comes leaping in and Lundqvist reaches out and puts that away. Hornqvist goes flying into the end boards. Under 2 to go in the third period. Cole goes back. Rink wide pass for Scuderi. Was back for Como in stride. Played Como across the line, but it's knocked away by Hayes. And now Hayes on it with Faust and Hagelin. But Malkin holds the line for Pittsburgh. Evgeny Malkin to Brandon Sutter. Sutter works it in. Plays it back to Malkin. A long wrist shot tipped right on. And Lundqvist makes a pad save. Now Hayes down to Girardi. Minute and a half to go in the third period. Hagelin with it. And he'll slide that down to the Pittsburgh zone as Faust comes in on Scuderi. And Faust wins the race to that puck. Tries to center it. Scuderi knocked it away. In comes Stepan for it. Derek Stepan. Back at the point. Stahl knocks it down. Plays it across the Boyle. And he comes. Fires off the stick of Malkin and wide. And Lapierre moves away. Bounces that down to the Rangers zone. And that's icing call against Pittsburgh with 59 seconds to go in the third period.
Yeah, this will be interesting for Mike Johnston. Evgeny Malkin's on the bench right now, but he needs to get back out there. Wes McCauley's telling him to get out there. Really call a timeout.
Looks like he's going to, and he does. So with 59 seconds to go, the Penguins use their timeout. The face-off will be to the right of Marc-Andre Fleury.
Timeout, Pittsburgh.
This timeout is presented by Gatorade Recover, protein for athlete building. Mike Johnson, a longtime assistant coach in the NHL in Los Angeles and Vancouver. And then moved on to become the head coach and GM of the Portland Winterhawks of the Western Hockey League. Cranked out a whole bunch of good players, including Seth Jones, the star defenseman for the Nashville Predators. Derek Pouliot, who plays for these Penguins, who's injured right now.
Nino Niederreiter is playing for Minnesota.
It's a long, long list.
Oh, it is. It really is.
Alain Vigneault was a pretty good junior coach in his day as well. In fact, 10 years ago, he was coaching PEI against Sidney Crosby all the time, and his star player against Crosby was Max Lapierre. Lapierre was his agitator against Crosby, and Lapierre drove Crosby nuts in the Quebec League. Now they're teammates in the NHL. And Lapierre will take the draw against JT Miller. Miller wins the draw cleanly back to McDonough. Around he goes for Stepan, but Cole stepped in front of that. Here's Perron with it. The wall was sealed, but Perron got it up for Lapierre. In behind McDonough. Now Lapierre shovels it on goal, and the save made by Lundqvist. He thought about leaving it for a moment for Girardi, but Perron was standing right beside him, and now the face-off will be in the Rangers zone with 43 seconds to go.
I'm not sure the Rangers wanted to do that in that situation. I mean, it's Max Lapierre coming in one-on-one, basically, but you have Girardi there. And Henrik Lundqvist and Dan Girardi, Girardi can't see anyways the people coming, so now it's a face-off to the left of Henrik Lundqvist.
And it'll be Crosby against Dominic Moore. And Crosby batted that puck out of the air. That's not fair, so they'll redo it. Old Mario Lemieux trick used to win the face-off before the puck hit the ice.
He was good at that, too.
He was good at a lot of things.
Yes, he was.
Checking the clock here to make sure that no time went off. I think at least a second went off. Yep, 42.9 it is. Crosby and Moore. And this time Moore wins the faceoff. Crosby digging for it, and McDonough's got it for New York. Time for one more rush. McDonough plays it ahead. Kunitz hammers down Faust. Lovejoy. And that puck deflected off the glass and out, and a nervous look back at the officials there as that puck went into the crowd.
Chris Kunitz plays for keeps. And he made this league as an undrafted player out of Ferris State. Some really good scouting by Dave McNabb, the assistant general manager of Anaheim, who's still there. They found Kunitz, and look at that. I mean, that's hard-nosed hockey right there.
Brassard against Lapierre for the face-off. That face-off won by Lapierre, ringed around but held by Boyle. Lovejoy out of the backhand, can't squeeze it by. A loose puck in the corner. Work back, a sharp angle shot. Fleury makes the stop on Brassard. And a hard bump there as Lapierre was dumped with 17.8 seconds to go in the period.
And let's look at where that puck was. Kept alive by Boyle and whipped on goal, trying to go short side. That puck is loose. That puck was never frozen by Marc-Andre Fleury. I'm sure Yaroslav Halak probably looking at that going,
yeah.
What happened last night? I had my glove on it on the Carl Alsner goal.
Now Lapierre against Stepan to the faceoff. Scramble draw. Here's Lovejoy with it. And Lovejoy. Final second of the period. Finds Spaulding. In comes Nick Spaulding with it. Drops it back. Cutter a drive. He just missed. Back at the point. Martin keeps it alive. Yandel goes back and shields off Sutter. Final seconds, and Game 5 is going to overtime. Pittsburgh outshoots the Rangers 14-7 in the period. 33-31 overall. The second consecutive game in the series is going to OT. Stay tuned for the Subway overtime intermission with Liam McHugh, Jeremy Roenick, and Keith Jones. The Blues and Wild are underway. And once again, Craig Anderson out-dueling Carey Price as Ottawa also tried to fight off elimination. 1-1 is the score after 60 minutes of play. Overtime yet to come. Next goal sends it back to Pittsburgh, or it's handshakes. You're watching the Stanley Cup playoffs presented by Geico. Game number 5 in New York. We know the final score will be 2-1. It'll be the 5th consecutive game in the series, decided by 1 goal. The 4th by a 2-1 count. How did we get here? Well, let's take you back to the first period. The Rangers on the power play. Derek Stepan in front on the rebound from Marc-Andre Fleury. Gave the Rangers a 1-0 lead. Later in that period, Matt Zuccarello hit the face with his shot left and has not returned or will not return tonight, we are told. But then back came Pittsburgh. Nick Spaulding cartwheeling over Henrik Lundqvist. Ties the score at 1. And late in the third, Dan Boyle with that chance. He missed the open net and could not believe it. So Sidney Crosby and the Penguins, who have lost 6 consecutive overtime games in the playoffs, need 1 goal to keep it alive. The Rangers need the goal to join the Anaheim Ducks in the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Second consecutive game to go to OT. Kevin Hayes, his first career playoff goal, had the winner in game number 4. And away we go in overtime. Here's Sidney Crosby. Sends it for Kunitz. That bounced away. Back goes to Lovejoy. Long shot through traffic. Lundqvist got a pad on that. Now Kunitz spins off Girardi. Chris Kunitz spins and shoots. Girardi got a stick on that. Hornqvist had that knocked away and back out by McDonough.
Well, usually it's Marty St. Louis on that line with Rick Nassler out.
It rolls right down to Lundqvist, who does the splits there to knock that away.
It was just too fast instead of St. Louis to start overtime.
Kreider for Miller. Through the middle, tipped away by Malkin. And here come the Penguins. Brandon Sutter busting in, drops it back. Como a drive goes off a stick. Right to Sutter, loose to the side of the goal. Shoot, saved by Lundqvist. Rangers didn't have enough men on the ice. And now Stepan goes ahead to Miller. JT Miller in, fires, and Marc-Andre Fleury makes the stop on that. And back and forth they go. Here's Stepan loose behind the goal. Plays it back to Boyle. Dan Boyle shoots. That's blocked in front by Scuderi. And Malkin's got it for Pittsburgh. Lots of chances in the opening couple of minutes here of this overtime period. Now icing called against the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Well, chances both ways, but Henrik Lundqvist had to come up large here a couple times. You see the Rangers chasing because of a bad change, and the wraparound by Sutter almost finds its way through the legs of Henrik Lundqvist. Lundqvist tracks it really well, but watch how that almost gets through.
Hayes against Sutter on the faceoff. Did I mention Pierre have done a double and triple overtime game so far in these playoffs?
I've watched you work.
He's kind of a magnet for those things. Hayes a long shot, bouncing down in front, and Scuderi plays it away. In comes Hayes across the line, chips it in, and Scuderi races to it for Pittsburgh. Around for Cole, held to the line by Yandel. Down to Hagelin, centers it, here's Hayes with it. Chops it back, the pass picked off by Malkin, who plays it out. And Yandel being shadowed there by Lapierre, banks it across to Boyle. And Boyle's 11th consecutive year in the Stanley Cup playoffs.
People forget how important he was for Canada in the Olympics in 2010 on offensive.
Now a steal for Kreider, shoots, and Fleury got the end of his stick on that, and the puck goes up and out of the steal by Chris Kreider.
Both goalies have been a story here all series long, but in particular, Marc-Andre Fleury throughout most of this game has been great. Brian Dumoulin, Chris Kreider's former teammate at Boston College, loses the puck to Kreider. He just snaps it. Marc-Andre Fleury fights that off.
That was the butt end of his stick, I think, that got that. Off the face-off win by Lapierre. Spaulding trying to feed it by Humvick. Now Favre keeps it in for the Rangers. Back goes Chorney for it. Chopped out by Perreault, and that hit the linesman, goes into the Ranger bench.
Jesper Foss again gets elevated to play with Brassard and Nash. And the injury to Zuccarello can't be overstated. It's taken the Rangers a little bit out of their flow and some of the chemistry that they've built over the course of the year.
Hurts their power play as well.
Yep. And that was a friendly fire incident. Nobody from the Penguins did anything to him. He got hit by a shot from one of his own teammates.
Crosby taps it back to Lovejoy, to Martin. And Paul Martin rink wide for Sidney Crosby across the line. Winds and shoots. And that was blocked as Stepan picks it up. Sidney Crosby has never scored a playoff overtime goal. In comes Crosby, flips it ahead, a backhand shot by Hornqvist, turned away by Lundqvist. Gordie Howe, Mario Lemieux, Mark Messier also never scored playoff overtime goals.
Almost a Charlie horse. Crowder just about got Lovejoy in a Charlie horse situation.
Now fired down by Girardi into the Penguin zone, and here's Rob Scuderi with it. Stanley Cup winner with Pittsburgh and the LA Kings. In comes Como, he's got center with him. Blake Como spins back in the corner. Penguins getting fresh legs on the ice as Como has it now. Spins and shoots, and that putters high off the glass to Malkin. Evgeny Malkin works loose behind the goal. Malkin with a long reach in the corner with it, spins back off Stahl. And again, and again. Malkin stays on it, feeds it down to center. He gets away from Moore, banks it back to Dumoulin. Dumoulin has a look along, wrist shot, that goes wide. Back to Scuderi. He flips it around to Malkin, loose behind the Ranger goal. Malkin had a poke checked away by Stahl. Great pressure here by Pittsburgh in overtime. Here's Scuderi, shoots. That just missed the head of Como. Now Dumoulin in deep for Pittsburgh. He's got to hustle back as Stahl pokes it away. Now a chance for Lapierre, knocks it wide of the goal. Lapierre back with it. Spins and shoots, it bounces back in front. Dumoulin trying to hold the line, he cannot.
Bounced over his stick.
Rangers need a change. Now it's picked off by Moore. In comes Dominic Moore, walks back in front and trickles that wide of the goal. Moore back with it. Drops it back for St. Louis. Wraparound try, bouncing puck in front, and Lapierre coolly plays that to the corner. Yandel trying to hold it, he does. And Perreault picks it up for Pittsburgh. Spaulding. Bumped there by Hunwick. In comes Perreault for it. Spins it back in front, deflection right on by Crosby. Lundqvist makes an incredible stop right in front. Sidney Crosby was that close to ending the game and extending the series.
This is unbelievable what Lundqvist just pulled off. The heist against David Perron first. Kevin Hayes blows a tire. David Perron battling for a loose puck. Good support from Nick Spaulding. Puck's going to go out. Right there, Perron busts it free, and he's mad. Lundqvist is mad. He thought that should have been a whistle.
Whoa.
Look at that, right between the legs. He fights it off. He wasn't happy there was no whistle there.
Now Crosby for the face-off against Stepan. Crosby wins the draw. Hornqvist shoots that butted wide off a stick. Bounces right back in front. Crosby on it. Still loose in front. And finally poked away by Girardi. Here come the Rangers the other way. J.T. Miller chips it down to the Pittsburgh zone. Shots are even at 3 in overtime. Now the pass gets away from Hornquist and down the ice. Crosby digging on McDonough. And McDonough wins the race. It's icing against Pittsburgh, so the Penguins won't be able to change. Pittsburgh hasn't been knocked out in 5 games in the first round since 2007 when the Penguins were taken out by the Ottawa Senators.
Alfie Samuelsson, Nolan McDonough, and Girardi have logged a lot of minutes after that big sprint. He put Stahl and Boyle on.
But Crosby had to stay out. And the winning draw taken by Nash, who rattles it off the mask with Fleury. Here comes Nash. Spins and shoots again. Tipped wide by Brassard. Crosby battling with Brassard. Kunitz takes a chop at that. And it's Boyle and knocks it to the line, but not out. Now Kunitz feeds ahead to Crosby. Pittsburgh needs a change as Crosby works it in. Here comes Crosby. Trickles that down towards the goal. Hornquist with it. And Crosby reluctantly leaves the ice. Kunitz buys some time in the corner. 5 gone to the first overtime. Lapierre centers it. Bounce off the back of the net. Now Downey goes in on Stahl. Nash comes in. Lapierre with it. Maxim Lapierre spins and shoots. He fires it through the crease and just missed the stick of Downey. Back come the Rangers the other way. Nash along with Brassard. Rick Nash in on Cole. Spins in front of him and whips that wide of the goal. Now San Luis back with it. Perron picks it up. In comes Perron along with Lapierre. A long shot and Lundqvist kicks that away. End to end they go in OT. It won't last long if they keep going like this. Hagelin. Up ahead for Hayes. And Hayes posts up at the line, but the play is called offside.
4 minutes till we get an ice break to clean the ice. But man, you're right, Gord. The pace that these players are playing at right now, it was not nearly this wide open through the first 60 minutes of play.
Now offsides are being scrutinized closely.
Especially when it goes against the home team.
Foss taken down by Malkin, and again. And now chipped in by Sutter. Back goes Girardi with Brandon Sutter trailing on him. And a big hit there by Como as he hammered down McDonough. Girardi fires that back into the Pittsburgh zone as Chorney goes back for it. Dumoulin lifts that high in the air and it dies in the Rangers zone, allowing Pittsburgh to complete a change. Here's Girardi with it. Back across the Stahl. And the ice time climbing for these top 4 defensemen on both sides. Fleury plays it around for Kunitz. He got sealed. Crosby on it. Flips it back to center ice. And now Stepan across to Boyle. And Boyle for J.T. Miller who fires it in. And Hornquist rattled down by Tanner Glass. Back goes Boyle, icing waved off. And Crosby goes in on Boyle. At the line, knocked down by Scuderi. A long shot, dribbles down in front. Miller's got it back. And away it goes, along with Dominic Moore and Tanner Glass. Miller centers it. Fleury makes the stop as Moore was beelining for the Pittsburgh goal. In comes Kunitz with it now. Banked off his stick. Girardi has it. And Glass fires that down to the Pittsburgh goal, and he leaves it there for Scuderi. Kunitz snaps it rink wide for Perron. Ahead for Lapierre. Maxim Lapierre in on McDonough, who pings that away easily. And
that was a close to 2 minutes.
Martin had to wait to play the puck. Now a long lead pass just missed Brassard. A race for it. That's icing called against New York. And Brassard doesn't like it. He's hot at linesman David Brisebois. Must be overtime. Now, with the hybrid icing, if Lovejoy is clearly ahead of Brassard, they're supposed to blow it dead. You decide if he's clearly ahead. Play continues. Off the faceoff, here comes Nash. And Nash banks that down to the Pittsburgh zone. Lovejoy goes back for it. By the way, road teams have won 6 of the 9 overtime games played so far in these playoffs. In comes Brandon Sutter. Sutter works in on Martin St. Louis.
St. Louis back with his line mates Brassard and Nash.
He's got 4 career overtime winners, tied for the most among active National Hockey League players. In comes Brassard, winds his way in. Derek Brassard sends it back. Nash with a shot blocked by Martin. That might have saved the goal right there.
Oh, it did.
Now St. Louis. Had it skip away, gathers it back up, but crunched there by Downey. And Sutter has it back for Pittsburgh. In for Steve Downey across the line. Plays it across for Dumoulin. Dumoulin in, shoots it off the stick and wide. Back on it is Downey.
Some of these changes are getting a little loose, Gord, because of the long change.
37-35, the shot's in favor of Pittsburgh. Crosby digging for it. Plays that to an open wing, racing to it is Chorney. Shots are even a 4-piece in overtime. Here's Crosby in behind the goal. It bounced away from him. Yandel up the line, finds Foss with it. Jesper Foss with the Rangers changing, plays it down, chopped down by Fleury. And Chorney plays it around, scooped up by Brian Dumoulin. And fired right back in by Dan Girardi. Chorney couldn't chip that by JT Miller. Now goes around for Dumoulin. And Winnick on it for Pittsburgh. Around for Chorney. Stepan forechecking. And it's knocked out by Chorney. Goes into the Ranger bench. And the argument is the faceoff should be in the Pittsburgh zone. And it's going to be outside the Penguin blue line.
Rick Nash has been really effective defensively, and he's trying to create offensively. What a dash by Derek Brassard and Paul Martin. Well, Fleury reacted well. Maybe he didn't save a goal, but sure enough, doesn't even get to Marc-Andre Fleury because of the block of Paul Martin. What a play.
Would have been close.
Would have been darn close. Think back to Boyle's wide open opportunity. Crosby off the bar. Got a lot of different things happen the last 20 minutes or so.
Now Perron brings it in. That plays offside. The crowd killing the linesman. I've never heard linesmen get so much abuse in a hockey game.
JT Miller snapping off the bar too. We've had a lot going on, Gord.
In a series where every game has been decided by 1 goal, these veteran officials are under the spotlight just like the players. And make no mistake about it, Pierre, making the playoffs is a great accomplishment for teams. To be selected to work the playoffs as officials, huge honor as well.
Especially when you go later in the series like we're seeing with these 4 men right now.
Yep, they'll cut it down and then even more in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th rounds. Long shot by Cole, and Lundqvist fought that off, and Lundqvist shook his head at the way he played that. Here's Spalling on it. Nick Spalling, loose behind the goal. Spalling wraparound try, blocked by Hunwick. Now Spalling back with it. Spins and shoots, that's off a leg and wide. Racing to it is Lapierre, down for Perron. Nash goes back with Spalling bearing in on him. Now Spalling with a steal in the corner. And it's tapped back for Yandel, past the midway point of the first overtime period. Yandel, up ahead for Brassard. Derek Brassard winds his way in. Backhands it in front, swept away by Fleury. And now Hornqvist banks it out for Pittsburgh. Back goes Girardi with it. And the air knocked down by Hornqvist. Play continues as Foss played it. And around it goes to McDonough. At the line is Girardi. Plays it across to McDonough, who holds the line and shoots. That was blocked by Crosby. Now a race for it, battling for it is Moore. His shot was blocked. Back it goes to Girardi. Across he goes to McDonough. Long wrist shot lifted high. On it now is Moore. Spins back in the corner. Looking down low for Hagelin. Carl Hagelin walks it front, shoots. Carl Hagelin, the overtime winner. And the New York Rangers are on to the 2nd round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. At 10:52 of overtime, Carl Hagelin takes out the Pittsburgh Penguins in 5. And the team with the best record of the regular season advances to the 2nd round of the Stanley Cup playoffs, and for the Pittsburgh Penguins is a 7th consecutive overtime loss. Hagelin, his first career overtime winner. And now one of the great traditions in this sport. After a hard-fought battle, you line up, shake the other team's hand, congratulate them, and tell them you'll see them again. And for Sidney Crosby, the earliest exit for his Penguins team since 2007. Rangers will face either the Washington Capitals or the New York Islanders in the second round. And for a Pittsburgh team that qualified for the playoffs on the final day of the regular season, the playoffs are over on day 10.
How about Hornquist, and what a job he and when Hagelin scores a winner, but man, did they joust all series long.
Rangers have won 7 games by a score of 2-1 in the last 2 postseasons. 5 of them have been against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Henrik Lundqvist. And the Rangers will continue the chase for a Stanley Cup. Last won by New York in 1994. And Carl Hagelin gets a big embrace from his netminder. And the Rangers, with another tradition now, will salute the Garden faithful. Is this their year? Sure looks like it.
Well, Gord, you think about it, the pressure, and it's the grinder, Dominic Moore, who had such a tremendous game working against Paul Martin. And look at the speed and the quickness of Hagelin creating that separation. No switch call between Lovejoy and Crosby. Crosby was trying to help out for Martin, and that's when Hagelin creates that separation, and he just whips it right by Marc-Andre Fleury.
Ryan McDonagh and Dominic Moore draw the assists on the goal at 10:52.
The Pittsburgh Penguins deserve a ton of credit with that undermanned defense and the job that they did. But how about the celebration of the boys from Broadway? Scott Arniel, Alain Vigneault, Opie Samuelson. This was not easy.
Final score, the New York Rangers 2, the Pittsburgh Penguins 1 in overtime. So long from New York. Let's send it up to St. Louis for Game 5 between the Wild and the Blues. Here are Dave Strader and Brian Engblom.